What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. I know a couple of you were here way early. And sorry for the little late delay. Dog needed some tending to. Just getting it all pulled up. Hope everybody's doing. Techno thing? Oh, that's me. Great background, Kara. Nat! Amazing. I love when that happens. I hope everything's going well. Do me a favor though, mum's the word on where that is. Nobody knows. Brangus. Hope you're doing well, fam. Matt. Hope you're doing well as well. Hey, Leanne. How's it going? Lori. Hope you're doing well. I see you up there. Scrolling up, scrolling up. Pretty cool. Yep, the thumbnail background that I used, that was a gift from my amazing moderator, Caradox Rift. I do have to give a special shout out to Kara as well, just due to the 500 subscriber that we passed just this past week. This arrived in the mail here, this playmat here, which is that same background that I used. It is the playmat that arrived in the mail. Thank you, Kara. It was super sweet. Never seen anything like it, and it's perfect for PokéGhost Town. I truly, truly wish that I had enough room to display this in its totality. But yes, it is absolutely wonderful, and I appreciate it. Jessica Parker, hope you're doing well. So yes, right now what I am waiting for is one of the most important components of tonight, and that is my coffee. And for those that don't know, my coffee pot kind of took a dump. It's going good. Don't tell my job. I'm listening to you. Okay, I won't tell them if you don't tell anybody. You're all good, Nat. I appreciate you being here, and I'm glad it's going really well. We do have a lot of things to get through today. I'm kind of excited. We have artists that we're going to be looking for. Since that Thursday stream was really phoned in, it was quite quick. I wasn't feeling myself, but it was a good stream. I enjoyed it. But right now, they are absolutely coming to the door, so I am going to have to step away for just a second. And I know that y'all are going to be just fine. Although I am going to mute myself in case they're a loud talker. I don't want them to be picked up on here if it's not their permission. On to train to Osaka, so I'm gonna be here for a bit. Okay, Haley, and I appreciate you popping in. Going to Osaka. That's great. So I will be right back, y'all. All right. Let me know if y'all can hear me again. Megan! Barely awake, but I'm here. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all having Megan. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for popping in. And I truly hope you start to feel better. Right? Right? It was absolutely a wonderful gift. I can't say that I've received something so heartfelt before. And so, absolutely want to display it with pride and christen it tonight. I know my background does look a little bit different. I do have Dragonite up there. I know I've got some Dragonite fans up in here. You have my favorite character on your thing. I like them. Oh, I got a lot of things here, but I'm assuming you mean this thing, Jessica? Gengar's your favorite? Well, as much as I would like to say, hell yeah, she made it. I don't know, did you draw this, Kara? That would be insane. You could draw something like that. There it is. I knew Halion would be a fan. And yes, the reason for that is because I always have a lot of ETBs back there, empty Elite Trainer boxes. And they're filled with so much cool art and cards and things of my past. And so I wanted to dig those out and share those tonight on stream. First thing I do want to remind everybody is, if you recall, last Saturday we ripped open a box of Night Wanderer. And I said that I was going to be giving away the duplicates to one lucky comment. So I am going to go ahead and give everybody a little bit of time as well. If you want to go back to the April 5th video where we were tearing up Night Wanderer, and leave a comment on that video, somewhere in the middle of this thing, we'll go ahead and run the comment picker. And yeah, the winner of that comment picker is going to receive the Art Rare Tapu Bulu and the Cresselia, which is, as everybody knows, one of my all-time favorite artworks and Pokemon. Ryan Tran, hope you're doing well, fam. 9 of you up in here. We're gonna not fly through it. We do have a box of Violet Japanese to rip. Don't really know if there's anything else that I'm chasing per se, so it's about mastering the set now, as the one chase in that set that I did have was our Ghosty Pup, and we pulled him. And I'm very, very fortunate that we did. Everybody can hear me again, right? Just want to make sure. I never played with the mute before. But I did a lot of organizing today as well, so we're going to be going through all of that too. Phew, give me a minute to wake up. Alarm was totally missed, and yes, we can hear. Okay, cool. All good on this audio. Can't believe I missed the Ghost Pup. Bappy. How could you? Let me see if I've got him handy. I'll show you the Ghost Pup. So many ghosts. So many ghosts. Cute. Reboot. Oh man. I guess I can do this with you guys. I gotta do this in a way that I'm not gonna totally spill my coffee and annihilate everything. That would be a quick stream and a pleasant stop. Hope you're doing well tonight, Bappy. We'll just do it this way. Ghosty. Braviary. Actually, I was looking for this card earlier. I have intentions for this card. Clement. Chuladon. Shiinotic. Got the Dusknoir, Duskull, Dusclops, Frostless, Latios, okay. Not yet. Got a Pokeball Black Belt, Trevenant, got the Chatot. Okay, no. Got this awesome Shinji Kanda Galarian Moltres card. Won that on Bro Rips. Alright, just for Halion, here you go. I know you've seen it before, but I love showing off this Dragonite. Where's the Ghost Pup? I might have put him in the binder. Love that Moltres, I know, right? It reminds me very much of Japanese artwork. Very much Japanese style. Love him! Oh, I know it. And this one, I've never seen another one. At least not one that looks this good. Not to toot my own horn, But toot toot. Yeah, I cannot believe that. I knew it. Ha! Ghosty pup. Excellent. I love that for you. And I would love to have that card in Japanese for only one reason, that I don't know why, and please, let's not start a war over this. But I truly believe that the silver borders just look so much better on that. Right? I love him too! J&J, Pokemontario. What's up, Chi-Chi? I hope you're doing well. What's poppin'? Klinger! I hope you're doing well, fam. It's really good to see you. Check out the cameos on this card, yo. So I'm just going to run through them real quick. You can see a Bandit in the toy chest. Top of his head. Got a Shuppet Puppet. A Ghastly Rug. Oh my god, I never noticed the Ditto over here, y'all. The Ditto under the table. Then there's a Drifloon. The Ghastly Rug, of course. Insane how many cameos are in this card. And that's why I love Easter eggs. Oh, mine too, and it was such a great moment. I appreciate everyone sharing that moment with me, but yes, it is an absolutely gorgeous card for all the obvious reasons, is why this was the one chase I had in Violet, was because it was a ghost pup. And all the ghosts around it, so we're gonna bust this out for the energy tonight as we rip this set of Violet and see. And it's gonna be insanely hard for me, but I'm gonna stand by my word, and I'm doing the another giveaway. I'm running it back, doing the same thing. So any duplicates that I pull out of Violet, art rare style, is going to be given away by a random comment picker the following week. So everybody get your comments ready, and we will see. Love Ghost, so both of you guys are funny. Kara, yeah. Hey mods, especially getting the Discord. Oh yeah, I've got a Discord now. So there's that. Everybody come on in, join the Discord. I remembered to turn my Rick off tonight, so nobody's hearing the wubble-dub-dubs, even though it's totally funny when it happens. It's really loud though. It is also in the description from now on, as well as my email, which I want to encourage anybody to use it. If you're feeling as though you need to use it, if you're feeling like you need to talk, need advice, have a question, use my email, use the Discord, reach out to me. I'm going to be completely transparent with y'all, however, as I do get in kind of busy throughout the week, so normally there's times of days where I just go in on the Discords and whatnot, so I am going to be paying attention to our Discord a whole lot, and I really appreciate all of you coming on in and being here with me. Starbucks is better. You are not wrong. You're not wrong. Although I gotta say, I've been repping 7-Eleven for 25 years now, and I don't know, there's just something about these coffees that are great. I know you are. I know you are. But that's a true statement of fact. Starbucks is better, and you pay for that better too. And not to say that I don't like Starbucks, because I absolutely would crush me some Frappuccino right now. But 7-Eleven has this weird thing that you can order coffee via Uber Eats, and it's kind of a crapshoot if it shows up or not. It's kind of like they'll just bring you whatever the quickest one to the front was. So these are nothing. These are all my ghosts. Wait, what are we commenting? So there's a video net. Last Saturday's video that happened on, oh, I guess I should turn this around. Happened on 4/5. It was the Night Wanderer video. If you go and comment on that, then you can have a chance to win those tonight. And then tonight, if I pull any dupes and you comment on the video when it's done, I'm going to do the same thing next week live. I always like the Mom and Pop coffee shop in Seattle. Ooh. we get a caramel frappuccino with 11 pumps of fried roast in it? A fried roast? I'm waiting to see if that was a typo. Dried roast? Fried roast. Either way, man, that sounds really good. 11 pumps, though. But I'm a sugar fanatic, so I definitely like to have a little bit of coffee with my sugar, but not too much. It's in the live tab, not the videos tab. That is a good call, Matt. Thank you. It's going to be in the past lives. And as I was going through a lot of my bulk today, too much English bulk I have that does not have a binder. So it's kind of making me a little uncomfortable, but it now all has a place, and I'm happy for that. But as I was going through some of this, I found myself going, wow, that art's amazing. Wow, that art's incredible. And I was like, why don't I go through these? And oh, I do. They're just all in a binder, and taking them all out takes work. So I actually have all the sets that are not in a binder. We're going to go through some. I think I commented correctly. Excellent, Nat. Thank you for that. Only way I ever drink coffee is if I can stand a spoon up in it on itself. Matt, that's my kind of coffee. Although I did do it once, not as enjoyable as you think. But the one thing I like to do is when I put sugar in my coffee, I don't like to put more sugar in my coffee when I refill it. That's how much sugar I like to have. Being hooked up on Korean coffee, your daughter-in-law and her parents have corrupted me. Oh no. That in itself just sounds like it's super, you know, like kick you in the face, wake up kind of a thing. So what we're going to do is quite quickly, because I do want to let others kind of trickle in, and I do know there are others streaming, and well, hell, I'd probably be in those streams myself, but somebody reminded me earlier that commitment is key, and I have to make sure I stick to my commitments to myself and my streaming schedule. So what I am going to go ahead and do is, one, thank that person for that reminder. Two, I was able to find a couple of artists. Kentaro. And then somebody had called out Rend in a Discord the other day, and it was primarily TCG Pocket art. But Rend is another artist that we're going to be hunting for today. ALB Trading. There's a lot of people. Yeah, there are. In fact, it almost made me not come live, but you know, I don't like competing, especially with my friends. So honestly, y'all, no hard feelings if you want to go and check out someone else. Oh, he hasn't seen the background yet. Oh, you haven't? This background? Like my new playmat, Al? And I am going to do this for effect because, unfortunately, Charmander and Togepi sit right on the moon, but the moon is there. Look at that playmat. This is a gift from Caradox Rift for passing 500 subs, as well as the digital background that I'm going to be using for my thumbnails going forward that you saw. Well, thanks, Darker Bunnies. Appreciate that. Looks like it's Jackson Pollock painting, right? It's exactly what I was thinking, and they got the pinwheels all on the side. I'll send a picture in the Discord later of the full mat for you. But yeah, I thought that you would get a kick out of that. Thanks. This is a present from Caradox Rift. So, Night Wanderer video. Halian, you're awesome. So Halian is posting the link to the Night Wanderer video. That's the video to comment on. We'll be running that at about halfway through. What halfway is, I don't know yet. But we'll run that about halfway through and see who's going to win the dupes from that box. So, right? At the events, I have to peace out. Night, friends. We'll make the full next year. No worries, Haley, and I appreciate you being here. Have fun. Have fun. Take pictures. Your stories are always great. Ernie! I hope you're doing well, Ernie. I don't know why I felt the need to talk in all caps, but just for Ernie. So what we're going to do is go through some of those sets, and I was also at the same time had Bro Rips on in the background, all of his long form content. He is doing the Scarlet and Violet journey, opening up each set from Scarlet and Violet, one booster box to see which one pulls the most and which one is the best, talking about it. He happened to be talking about Paldea Evolved, and I figured, you know what, let's go through it. So let's talk about it. Paldea Evolved, and some of the amazing artwork that we do have in there. Of course, everybody wants one thing from Paldea Evolved, and that is the fish. And I know there's multiple fish in Paldea Evolved, but the fish, the Magikarp of Shinji Kanda, is the one everybody's after. I do not have that one yet. In fact, I don't have much from Paldea Evolved because I wasn't actively collecting it. These are packs that came my way, giveaway winnings, or mystery packs that have boosters in it from Amazon. But absolutely love this Slacking. As soon as I saw this, I honestly thought his foot and toes over here were skulls for some reason. I thought he was standing on the skulls of his enemy. So I thought that was pretty cool. One of your favorites, excellent Caradox. We're gonna come here. Got our Zweilous. Beautiful action shot. This is right out of the game. Fell asleep again. That's okay, Ernie. I have no idea how long we're going tonight, but it's gonna be a minute, so ready for the long haul. Of course, I'm gonna do this now, which is gonna make it insanely hard to wrap it around. Giggity. But gorgeous Zweilous. Nagimisu. I did do a... I prefer the mouse hold. Mouse holds are nice. Not gonna lie. Holy moly. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at this little Sneasel. Kogamaru Amino. This cunning Pokemon hides under the cover of darkness, waiting to attack its prey. So it's only appropriate that there's the moon in it. There's a moon in this card. Huh, that normally works. Kiddio! What's up, Daddy-O, Kiddio? I was watching your, I really enjoyed your Rocket Scott trainer talks. And Kiddio, man, that, you had the haircut for days, man. That's alright. Matt Gooch, you ready for your fossil pack to be ripped tomorrow? Ooh. Up all night shooting in that game I play. Ernie, sometimes you gotta put the rifle down, fam. Although you are really good at that game. Kiddio, let's go. Sneeze. Right? The pollen. That just looks like allergies in this picture. Where'd you get that Charmander stuffed animal at? Honestly, I would have to say it was either a claw machine when I was a child, or it was a like something you'd win in an arcade and redeem the tickets for. And he's just always been with me. Of course, that third option is it could have been gifted to me at work in the past 10 years. For those that don't know, I did have a little bit of an accident back in 2007, and I hit my head pretty hard. So things like that kind of go away quite quickly. But the one thing that I did want to remind myself is that's why I started the whole YouTube thing, so that when I might start forgetting some stories, I can go back and watch my own stories. Johnny Knight, hope you're doing well. Yeah, Kiddio, I hope you're doing well. And I appreciate you popping in. For the record, yes, this looks like absolute pollen attack, allergy season, although it's kind of cute. Let's call it out. Unishida. Gorgeous. Sudowoodo! I'm going to leave this up, and we're going to play Guess the Artist. We're just going to try things out here. Anybody want to try and guess the artist? Based on what we know? A couple come to mind for me. I'll play with you guys, because I haven't looked yet. And I know you guys are like, but it's you, Kev. And still, this could be 3 different artists in my mind. So multiple choice, I suppose, would help. Starts with an S. Oh, does it? The artist starts with an S? Those three, in my mind, don't start with an S. Yeah, man, was working on some upgrades for the stream, including finally ripping open the stream deck. Excellent. Trainer Glam. Man, I can't wait. Can't wait. Dang. Close, though. Because the one that started with an S that it possibly could have been would be Sakio, who does have this very paintillistic color pencil art. Give you 3. So this is either Jerky, Miki Tanaka, or Hyoganosuke. My guess, if I had to, I'll wait until I see some other guesses in chat. Jerky vote. Ooh, Darker Bunny's Jerky. I don't know, the first one, Jerky. Okay. Miki Tanaka. Jerky, Miki Tanaka, Hyoganosuke. We got 2 for Jerky. I would also say that this is Jerky. And it is Jerky. Good job, y'all. Although it always pretends to be a tree, its composition appears more similar to rock than to vegetation. And it's terrible at hide and seek. Yo. Probably the only card in existence that makes me like low kicks. Am I alone in that? Low kicks can be pretty awesome. I just think his design could have been more. Anybody want to talk about it? Might have to go soon, get ready for my live at 10:30. Hey, no worries, Johnny Knight. I understand exactly what that's like, man. I hope you enjoy your live, and if it is still on when we're done, man, you might see us pop over. What's up, Hungry Hollow? It's good to see you. Funny story, artists are like musicians. I know songs and no musicians. Can never put them together. Yo, let's go. I know that feeling all too well. But this is a brilliant artist in the action style, which is Anasoki Dynamique. Or dynamic, I guess it could be a corporation, but I like to think it's a person, and they're dynamique. But gorgeous card. There we go, we got the Magikarp. This one also comes to mind as somebody. But Magikarp always has the, like, saddest cards, I guess you can say. Kind of the saddest story, too. He's always trying to reach better heights, and look at him trying to jump. He's like, I'll make it there, I'll make it there. He is the expert splasher. Unlike the games, this splash actually does something. But this is Hyoganosuke. See how similar? Is the 9-part card? Is it? That's the 9-part card. Okay, I think you're right. In fact, Nate the PokéGhost, who I'm really hoping does end up popping in here tonight, is constructing that 9-piece card. And against my better judgment, you know, like, he's like cutting the cards up and making it, and I'm like, oh, why? But he just likes to do that. Got this awesome superior energy retrieval. And getting hyped for the EX. We got the Belly Bolt. They're not here. It feels wrong to sing it without them. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. EX hype, getting hyped for the EX. Belly Bolt. Love it, love it. Put that to the side in case they do show up. Got this awesome Kilowattrel, which I did feature, and I absolutely loved the combination of water and electricity. I know, Matt, I know. So, you know, after I said, oh, that's nice, I went and threw up about something else, you know. But, if you notice, Kilowattrel and Kilowattrel are always in some way attached to water, always around water, and I thought this was super cool. Just imagining them flying, not through a wave, but I think they're creating this wave with the speed. Even this guy's like, speed, I am speed. This was Shibuya. Gorgeous, gorgeous art. One way to cook your dinner before you eat it. Fried fish. Well, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. Yo. What's he doing? Is he about to eat something? Berserker tackle. SCA, what's up? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. EX height. Is he coughing up a hairball? Okay, alright, you said it. I was thinking it. In my Great, now I can never unsee it. Still, this is probably the most epic portrayal of something coughing up a hairball, so just saying. Got the Wu Qian EX. Hi. These were 5-band graphics. Chewed up a Voltorb. Wigglytuff, which also looks like a pollen attack, but not as bad. Wigglytuff will forever and always remind me of my sister. Oh my god, I'm trying not to. I'm sorry, Nat. You should have me on mute when you're on the phone. Oh, this gorgeous Luxray. Wigglytuff is cute, right? It always reminds me of my sister. She loved her Wigglytuff. Look at this guy in all his epicness. Number 405, the Gleam Eyes Pokemon. You're in my ear, no one can. Okay, cool. Wow, I did not peg this as Ayuki. Ayuki. Ryuki. Jet Energy, which, I don't know. There's a lot of card lovers in here, but I'm pretty sure that this is the only like trainer card that's disproportionate window to text. Like, they really blew up the picture on this card. It's like that in Paldea, Prismatic Evolutions also. But Jet Energy. Love that. Let's keep going. Got the Pupitar, which until recently I just realized has always been seen on his cards as being in motion. I guess that's the only way they really know how to move him, because otherwise he would kind of sit there like Kakuna. So I don't know how he moves, but he's always flying through the air. This pupa flies around wildly by venting with great force the gas pressurized inside its body. Okay, so it farts around town. That's how it gets around. It builds up pressurous gas inside its body and poof, with such force that it's moving the grass. Well, we found out just like that. See what happens when you just read the card? I can't believe how perfect that was, that it answered the question, but gorgeous. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you, Arceus. Absolutely wonderful. Shigenori Nagishi. I love how just the subtle blur of the clouds is what makes this thing look like it's in motion. What a very interesting stylistic choice. No worries at all, ALB. I like mine medium rare. I'm just kidding. It would be cold by the time it got here. But it was the thought that counts, and I appreciate you thinking about me. See the grass first off, right? The grass moving. So fast, it's actually pulling it out of the ground. Like, that's got to be some pressurized gas, man. Like, Taco Bell pressurized gas. Alright. Enough of the free advertisement. Taco Bell, give me free stuff. Right. Got some trainers. Fui Coco! Aww. Look at how happy he is. Which is odd, because Skeledirge does not look that happy. This again looks more allergies. Kogamaru Aminu. It lies on warm rocks and uses the heat the heat absorbed by its square-shaped scales to create fire energy. Nice, so the square pads on its feet have a purpose. I guess he is always happy. So cute, right? I wonder if the square on its tail also has that same purpose. It doesn't say on its feet, it just says square-shaped scales, so I can only assume yes. Way to go, only 3 teeth, and the world in front of him. Aww. Little Tinka-Tink. Wanted so bad to be a hyper rare that it gave itself 3 gold stars. Aww. How cute. Super cute. This is Mitsu. Swings its handmade hammer around to protect itself, but the hammer is often stolen by Pokemon that eat metal? Well, that's rude. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe one of those Pokemon came after it. Sad little Tink. I love when the art appreciation music comes on when we're appreciating art. This is Yukio Baba, which is very apparent now that I think about it. But the lack of black is killing me. I feel like it needed black to push this Hoppip forward. Instead, they used contrast in a different way, which they used the lighter ring around him. And if you mute everything behind it around him, then it pushes everything forward. And the first thing I notice, honestly, are the leaves on its head, not its face like I should. Or the bump on its head from hitting himself and seeing those stars. Okay, I guess that could be it. Maybe you thwack, and he's... That could be. It's Maddie in Pokemon form, always getting hurt. That's funny. Ciao! Love this little Hoppip, the cottonweed Pokemon. Of course, I guess, the other artist, I don't think I ever told you guys the other artist we're looking for. Kintaro. Just a little preview of what's coming. The coolest art of Mewtwo ever on an uncommon card. It kills me. Kills me. And we go from an awesome Mewtwo. I gotta slow down. Alright. Into this amazing Pyroar. Which I don't know what's around him. I guess it's fire coming from the Pokemon. But I want to know what he's running at. Anybody curious to know what he's attacking? Royal Pokemon. I have a feeling that you like all big cat dog like fire Pokemon. They're definitely always so majestic looking. Almost like they could be legendary. Females of a pride work together to bring down prey. it's thanks to them that their pride doesn't starve. Well, I don't think too much research or thought or creativity went into this Pokemon. They pretty much just went and looked at the behavior of lions. Pretty much. Give me the fire. Got the Oricorio, which I don't know, I think is one of the coolest Pokemon in the game. You can change its typing into 4 different types, depending on I believe you have to use dye of some sort. Or charms, or food, something. I prefer the purple one, of course, as it is psychic type. The red one's pretty cool, though, and I will say it's the red one that has the shiny form that I like the most. Because all it does is take its colors and flip it, so it's a black bird with red highlights on its wings, and looks pretty cool. Oricorio, the dancing Pokemon. Ooh, another Fuecoco. Might start seeing a lot of dupes. There we go. Look at that Magnemite. He looks like he's up to no good. Although it does look like it's winter time. There are stars and sparks coming out from his... Is he touching that rebar? He is. He's sending an electrical current through the thing. I wonder what he's doing. That's not very helper-like. Unless it's a magnet and he's stuck to the rebar and he can't get off. White outline, absolutely. There's one artist that comes to mind with a white outline. I just did a feature on them as well. I should have gone through my Paldea Evolved Bulk, because this would have been a great card to feature. This is Ryoma Yoratsuka. Gorgeous, gorgeous Pokemon. And I give credit to every artist of Magnemite that you can take something without a face and give it a motion of sadness and happy. Insane. Whoa! I can tell you I would rather be standing behind this thing than in front of it. That's for sure. 3'11", all velocity. That's probably Lightning Ball. More energy it charges up, the faster it gets, but it also makes it more likely to explode. Gorgeous artwork by Scav, who also did that beautiful Chatot from Temporal Forces. But I love the crater it's making. I wish that they moved like this in the game, but they don't. This cute little Palmy, who, for whatever reason, is always seen to be around foliage or flowers in some way. It is one of the most annoying Pokemon to have to evolve in Scarlet and Violet, because you have to have it follow you for like 10,000 steps, and it is the slowest Pokemon ever. But it's worth it. And I only had to do it because I caught a shiny Palmy, and I wanted to evolve it. But it is a gorgeous artwork. Was done by none other than Sao Sao. This is very Sao Sao art. So much emotion. It's almost like he's amazed that something grew out of the ground. Now I'm curious if it'll tell us anything. It has underdeveloped electrical sacs on its cheeks. These sacs can produce electricity only if Palmy rubs them ferociously with the pads on its forepaws. Just to say that I did, Matt. They are all cute. Although I'll say Palmy, or Palmot, kinda... he's got a weird shape. But this is another Pikachu ripoff. Pikachu clone. But this one can only generate electricity by rubbing its cheeks really fast with its paws. That's something I didn't know about Palmy. Oranguru. So, we have ourselves another Terapagos, Terapagos situation. I have heard this Pokemon pronounced 2 different ways. So, I would like to know, do you say Oranguru? Or is it Oranguru? Eating now, we'll be in Discord ripping some exclusive stuff. later hours. So, okay, cool. Yeah, heck yeah. Just let me know, man. I have no idea how long we're going. We're about to rip a box of Violet, though. So, we're going to do that, and we'll probably wrap it up shortly thereafter. But, yeah, just let me know. They are all cute. But Oranguru is how I say it. And this is another Pokemon that reminds me very much of my father. As well as I always like to appreciate the Pokemon that don't have evolutions, that they can just kind of hold their own as a basic Pokemon. This is definitely one of them. Kara, you say Oranguru? Oranguru. I've never looked up the proper way to say it. I just say Oranguru. Although it would make more sense if it was a kangaroo, right? But, love this. He's just chilling, fanning himself. Life, huh? Toshinao Aku. Okay. People used to mistake Oranguru for a human when they saw the issue command after command to another Pokemon of the forest. Okay, it just became that much cooler, I reckon. It's a boss. Tis a boss. Alright, let's see. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. This Pineco. Here's some trivia for you pack rippers out there. What artwork was this set also used in? Sorry, what set was this artwork also used in? This is Paldea Evolved, but it was featured in a specialty set. Aokai. Aoki. Got it. That makes sense. Yo, what's up, brother? Everything's good today, man. Everything's good. Just going through some stuff. Going through cards and about to rip a box of Violet. Giving away some hits. Going through some art real quick that I found earlier. Just sorting out some bulk. But I can feel the crowd getting restless. The spirits are hungry for new art and packs, so we're going to get through this. Paldea also? I can't remember. Yep, you're correct. It was from Paldean Fates. Kuki Saitao featured this card in Paldean Fates. Shrouded! No, it wasn't Shrouded, was it? No, it wasn't Shrouded. Paldean Fates. Oh, so close, Kitty-O. Shrouded is such a great set. But this is actually a very interesting artwork for those that play the game Scarlet and Violet, which, Kitty-O, you inspired me. I might do a playthrough of Scarlet and Violet and stream it for all to watch. But this is actually how you unlock one of the ancient Pokemon. I believe it's Wu-Qian. You have to go around the land and collect these little spires to unlock this door, and then Wu-Qian comes out. And I think it's totally cool that one of the Pokemon has featured one of the gates. Now, everybody, do some research. Correct me if I'm wrong, because if it wasn't Shrouded, then I'm going to feel real bad. But I don't think so. Hey, Brother Ghost. Hey, Brother of Ghost. I will just say that my mother was very persistent with names, so my brother, his name is Devin. So, I hope that doesn't dox you or anything, Dev, but your name is so sad, I just can't. Ah! See why you should sleeve everything or nothing? Beautiful Heracross. Gosan. This adorable Kombi. This looks like Sakio. Whoa! Yoriyuki Ikigami. Nice. I love being surprised because that means I'm discovering new artists. Kombi! That looks like another allergy attack. Not to say it's probably not a sweet Pokemon. Get it? Because it makes honey? Okay, I'm done. In fact, Kombi honey is very important if you've ever played Legends Arceus. This is an important mission, and it's very frustrating to go and collect a bunch of honey from 3 different types of Kombi. Sprigatito. The grass cat Pokemon. Migami Mitsutani? Yeah. into the Florigato. Cha, action pose. Nagimisu. Florigato deftly wields the vine hidden beneath its long fur, slamming the hard flower bud against its opponents. Whoa. I don't know how I'd feel if I had to walk up and say, oh man, oh what happened? Oh, I got beat up by a flower petal. I don't know how I would feel about that. That awesome low kicks once more. And then we gotta have some ghosty action. Little Bramblegast. Or Brambling. A soul, unable to move on to the afterlife, was blown around by the wind until it got tangled up with dried grass and became a Pokemon. Back to responsibilities. Have a good night, everyone. Bappy, thank you so much for being here and popping in. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a good rest of your night, fam. That's a really weird origin story for this Pokemon that I didn't know. A Pokemon unable, or a soul unable to pass over to the afterlife, was blown around, got tangled with grass and weeds, and became this Pokemon. Man, you gotta give it up to the creators at Pokemon, man. That's reaching. Miro! The Aqua Mouse. And first ever, kind of, like Pikachu clone. Got the Asmorel. Running on water like a boss. It's a rabbit? That makes sense. In Morikura. Into one of the most forgotten of the three. Quaxwell. Davin. Gorgeous standing in water. Shuchiro Gunjima. And Satotl. Playing in the snow. A good little Pokemon. The species left the ocean and began living on land a very long time ago and seems to be closely related to Wailmer. So is Wailmer a split evolution? Some went to land, some stayed in the ocean. Satotl and Satitan are what came out of that. So cool. So cool. Plus, I hope you've learned something about Pokemon that you haven't before. I believe... Oh, yowie wowie, man. I love when there's more than I thought. But we're going to start running into a lot of some dupes here, so let's rock. Wattrel, here's the Kilowattrel. And I just love the use of purple in the skyline. Phone died, but I'm back. Megan, welcome back. I hope you're feeling better. Or start feeling better. It's really good to see you. Pollen attack Jigglypuff. Dark Saraledge, or Saraledge. Shout out to Dark Saraledge, Rico. Love this Pokemon. Shout out to the ghosts. The fiery blades on its arms burn fiercely with the lingering resentment of a sword wielder who fell before accomplishing their goal. Yo. Yo. I am indeed not feeling better, but that's I hope that changes soon for you. Hope that changes soon for you. I hope everybody feeling a little meh, feels a little better. Got our Tinkatink by Shibuzo. Tinkatuff. who these are some of my favorite Pokemon as well. They're just so cute and so tough. Play rough. Play rough. That's a great move. This Pokemon will attack in groups. Hang on. We're going to read the non-reverse. This Pokemon will attack groups of Poniard and Bisharp, gathering metal from them in order to create a large and sturdy hammer. Yo. I think that's the first time I've ever heard of a Pokemon purposely hunting and ripping apart another Pokemon to make a weapon that they wield in battle. It doesn't say if those Poniards or Bisharps survive. We're gonna say yes. Oh no, Megan, that stings. Yeah, super stings. Which makes it even that much more, I really appreciate you being here. I know you're not feeling well. Formation Pokemon, the Phalanx. Okay, Phalanx or Phalanx. Time for me to clock out, and I don't wanna. You don't wanna clock out? That's weird. Knackley. The Minecraft Pokemon, I call it. Trying to make that money. Get that OT. Another Knackley, looking a little bit more majestic, and I don't know. Same Pokemon. The one on the left just looks a little bit more in charge, you know? No, my favorite person there till midnight, excluding you. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's always nice to work with somebody that you like to work with. That's for sure. Knackle Stack. So this Pokemon also reminds me of my father, due to Minecraft, which I do want to see that movie. I was able to get some Minecraft toys from McDonald's, so that was kind of nice. In fact, I got doubled up on toys at McDonald's today. Gorgeous Glamora. Paldean Whooper kicking mud at you. Yeah. Playful kick. After losing a territorial struggle, Whooper began living on land. The Pokemon changed over time, developing a poisonous film to protect its body. I still think regular Whooper is far superior. Noibat, a Batman. Flying around at night. We have seen this card before. This is Chibi. Kufant. Silly, silly Pokemon. Oswaldo Cato. He's one that he's gonna get a big appreciation short, man. He's done a lot of amazing artwork, Oswaldo Cato. Still can't believe we haven't found Kodama? Kintaro. Orthoworm. They could have done his eyes better. That's all I gotta say about Orthoworm. Giraffe-rig. The Whooper is adorbs, right? They all are. They're always adorbs. So the interesting thing I like about this Giraffe-rig is that it's standing in Gurafai Eyes Forest. They're watching, kinda. Also working, obviously, but this art has my full attention. Excellent. They could have just not made a worm. Yeah, they could have just not made an Alaskan bullworm. I'll say that's probably one of my favorite episodes of SpongeBob, hands down. And there's a line in that episode, and I can remember it being the first time I can remember, like, dying laughing. And, of course, that's when Sandy's going off to get the Alaskan bullworm, and she's like, "I'm sorry, SpongeBob, I'm going, and there ain't nothing you can say to stop me." He says, what if I say Niffeloig? And she goes, well, I must admit, it slowed me down, but I'm still going. That and the bubble stand are great. Oh my god, the bubble stand's great. Oof, that sucks, Nat. Yeah, that can suck sometimes. Aww. Dunsparce. Going out to get a drink of water. That episode is gold, right? I'm so glad you were here for that, Megan. Got the Wingle. Looking for its next snack. That is another scene from the game. That is a city. I forget the city because it's been a minute. Mezagoza? Nah. Something like that, though. I wish Kiddio Games were here. He would know. But I believe this is where you find Kufant, the gym leader, and he lost his wallet, and you gotta go and find him at the auction in Mezagoza and give him his wallet. Kofu. And he's the one that says, Volten Volusus. Vigoroth, the wild monkey Pokemon, which is totally out of place in my opinion. Because you're gonna have Slakoth, the sloth Pokemon, turn into Vigoroth, the wild monkey Pokemon, turn into Slaking, who is another lazy Pokemon. I don't get it. I believe that eventually they should make this into a split evolution and give Skyloth and Slaking a middle lazy form, and then give Slaking a hyper energetic form also to evolve from Vigoroth. But that's just me. Sound off, let me hear it. Ah. Oh my god. This is why I do this, y'all. Look at this stunning piece of artwork. Moss Deep City, that's where you're thinking of, or Fortree City? That could be. Fortree City sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right. God, so gorgeous. This looks like Atsuku Nishida? Or it could be Sui. Let's find out. Amazing. It is Sui. It's said that the reason behind Corvisquire's high level of intelligence is the large size of its brain relative to those of other bird Pokemon. So, of course, Corvisquire is based on a raven, who are also known for having incredibly large brains. But my god, this gave me pause. This is incredible. And why Sui is clearly one of my top 5 favorites. Alright, we had some Mousehold lovers in here earlier. Here's Tandemouse. Collecting some food for the house. Card's beautiful, right? The couple Pokemon. Ooh, covering the artist. Sakio? Ha! I know what you meant, Nat. You meant the Corvisquire. I've learned to talk on the lag a little bit, because I know there's a little lag. Best Tandemouse common card ever, says Caradox. I agree. Exhibiting great teamwork, they use their incisors to cut pieces out of any material that may be useful for a nest and then make off with them. So if you're ever missing a little square of fabric, it's probably a Tandemouse looking for nest pieces. That's so cute. They're like little borrowers. There's the Mousehold, which I wish they would feature the 4-person Mousehold more often. Family Pokemon, Sayasaruda. Iona! This only reminds me of one person. That's PokéGirl Jessie. Brilliant cosplayer, one of the best to ever do it. Parents are showing it the food. Oh, that's what we're gonna go and collect. That's where we am. It looks like they're on a walk, and maybe they're like, oh, great, he's hungry again. What can we do? He wants the berries. Let's go borrow a ladder. Perfect Iono indeed is Jesse. I agree. Shout out Jesse. Shout out Maddie G. Saguaro, who loves to eat. He is a lover of food, and he's the one that introduces you to the Herbica Mystica. Papa Mouse will get it. That's always the case. We don't know how, we don't know when, but we'll get it. Into the non-hollow Sakura. So, thanks for taking that little trip through Paldea Evolved. I can't believe we didn't find one Kintaro in there. Or one Rend, which is odd because unless they started illustrating after Paldea Evolved, that could very well be. But I think that time is now. I think it's time. As poor knife work or his arm hairs are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. I have a feeling that he's Spanish, like from España. Alright, well. Oh, I do have that box too. I found a box of like old vintage goodies too. And they're all terrible, terrible condition, y'all, but I figured it would be fun to go through some of the older stuff too. But what we are going to do is I was able to obtain, as I mentioned, a box of Scarlet, a box of Violet. And I put a poll up on the channel, and almost 40 of you rang in, or 30 of you. And with a resounding lead, Violet won it. So we're going to rip into Violet, see if we can pull another Ghost Pup. Anything that is a duplicate, I am going to be giving away, very similar to that. And we are going to run that right after we open this box for the winner of last week's giveaway. Once we get done with that, we'll see where we're at, and we'll just start looking at some more art, y'all. But I really appreciate you being here with me to do this. I'm really excited. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people on right now, so appreciate you choosing to spend some of that time here with me. There we go, so everyone can see. Get that Miraidon, which is really funny because does anybody else prefer Koraidon but like Miraidon's colors better? Because not that there's anything wrong with Koraidon, I love the primal look of the animal. It looks more like a Pokemon than Miraidon looks like a motorcycle. Let's pull that Miriam. Ooh, okay, the Miriam's in the set, huh? We can do that. We can do that. What else do you guys want to see from Violet? I don't have my set list here in front of me, so you might have to do a little research unless you know. I'm not sure if the Gardevoir line is in this one or in the Scarlet. I'm not sure if the Drowsy is in this one or Scarlet. Koraidon, Hanna-Barbera, Flintstone. Yo, good call, Ryan. Good call. That's exactly what you would see instead of a motorcycle in the Flintstones. You would see a Koraidon. Holy guacamole, man! You just blew my mind. Because I often reference many cards as Flintstone Pokemon. Like when they're doing basic odd jobs, like that Machamp and Machoke who are moving in moving trucks and stuff. Like that's a total Flintstones moment. Or the Swirlex working at the ice cream stand. Total Flintstone moment. Alright. Give it one more. Just so that we're totally blind here. As I often do. And for some reason it always puts it perfectly, so. But we're just going to go through one at a time, y'all. And as we do, we're going to be looking for our artists still. And just a reminder. If Koraidon ever made a cameo in Flintstone, that would be beautiful. That would be so beautiful. I would love to see a Flintstone, a Pokemon anything crossover would be great. I think Nintendo is real sticklers, though. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, because it's an amazing product. But crossovers, like when Lego happened, that was the first time that's ever happened in a long time. Kentaro and Rand. That's who we're looking for. Of course, if we come across any Ken Sugimori, I am building up for his. Yes, I know I'm collecting a lot of cards for him, and there's a darn good reason for it. Because he was one of the first and one of the originals. Violet has the Drowsy. Thank you, Ernie. So the Drowsy is going to be our pull, our chase tonight, as that's one I don't have in English or Japanese. Slowpoke is also in Violet. Okay, keep them coming, Ernie. Appreciate the research and call out. We got the Drowsy, the Slowpoke. I think we pulled the Slowpoke. Oh man, I'm getting all my cards and sets confused. Let's rock, y'all. Let's pull some Violet. Let's see some Drowsy. Look at that Hypno. I wonder if the pressure from Hypno is creating that bald space in the grass, or he went and found the one bald spot in the field to stand in. Takashina Aoki. Woo! Is this a precursor? Got some Ghosty Pup love. Look at all the Greavard buried under the snow. Sticking their little candles out, waiting for attention. Super cute. Sorry. Yo, Alec Longoria, what's up? You! There we go. Again, showing a Magnemite looking happy, even though it has 0 facial features. Scarlet is the much superior set. Matt, thank you for that. I appreciate your honesty. I know that some voted for Scarlet, and truth be told, man, we're going to do it next week. We're going to open Scarlet. Summon all the Ghost Luck, fam. That's right, we got to start collecting them up. We got one. Ooh, that looks just like the Houndour. It is not done by Ren, though. This is Nagimisu. Tarantula. We pulled the Tarantula. We pulled the Toadstool last time. Scovillain, Clauncher. Pachirisu would be amazing to pull. The Greavard we pulled last time as well. I voted for Scarlet, cough cough. Mabostiff would also be a good one to have. That's the one where he's chilling with Arven, isn't it? Woo! Starting out with a ghost. Starting out with a ghost on pack 1? Was that pack 1? That was pack 1. Excellent. Got ourselves a ghost. Gonna sleeve it before we leave it. Whoop! Sorry. Watch too much Real Breaking Nate. You come with your own side effects. Alright. Let's go. Pack 2. Bombardier and Squovet. Not as great, but still would be cool to see. Although the Bombardier, I will say, is one of the best cards I've seen in a while. And if it's the same one that Kara gifted me, the card is really nice up close. Although that was English, so if we do pull it in Japanese, all the better. He's going to open it tomorrow night for me. I'm going to degen for the content. Oh, excellent. I hope you pull fire, man. I hope you pull fire. He has the Bombardier. I do have the English Bombardier now. And it is gorgeous up close. Rocky Helmet. Ah, isn't he giving you the finger? Doesn't it look like he's giving you the finger? It reminds me of that gif where like, hey, what's your name? What's your name? Tony. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Nice, I think. Oh, it'll be real nice if that fossil pack has one of those in it. Magneton by Shibaranguru. One of my favorites. Also, Energy leaving that patch in the grass showing ferocity. And Pineco. Not as interesting as the last art we saw. Definitely got a moon in it. Shinginori Nagishi. And boom! Oh, Fortress. Creepy looking Pokemon. And I will say, and this came to, much surprise, is that Fortress actually has a pretty cool shiny form. Because it's literally all metallic gold. And it looks really cool. Not my favorite Pokemon. One of my favorite shinies. Alright, pack 3. I gotta stick to one side here. Gonna be swimming in pack wraps. Speaking of Miriam, could this be a precursor? Let's see. Of course, it would be cool to pull any SAR. I don't think we pulled an SAR last time. So it would be really cool to pull one of those. This again, man, my allergies just start going wild when I see flowers like this up close. Got the Sinomasaki. Gorgeous. Aww. Speaking of Tandem Mouse and Mousehold, here's some more. This one was done by you! Which I hope that's zero disrespect. I just can't help myself. Scatterbug. This is also right out of the game. Right around Grafai's Forest. There's a nice little, I guess you can call it an encampment with a bunch of people in it. Team Star people. Or Team Diamond or Team Pearl. I see I'm getting my games mixed up now because that was in Arceus. Which I'm super excited for Legend Z to A. Good old Sao Sao. Coming in with it. And boom! Okay. This was an artist that I saw right before I started streaming tonight, and I think this is, of course for obvious reasons, going to be a logical option to do an appreciation short with. And this is Haru Akasaka. Akasaka. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Alright, moving right along. One holo so far is the only hit. Keep on ripping. 7 of y'all hanging out. Appreciate you guys being here. Truly means the world to me. I look forward to Saturdays with y'all. I know I started a little bit earlier tonight, but wanted to make sure that I gave everybody enough time. Awesome Spirit Tomb. Shout out to the ghosts. Love seeing them. This was done by Nuya Kimura. Love that one pinwheel in his eye. It always gets me. That's what I look like when I'm about ready to eat. Kitty-o! It's exactly what I look like when I get ready to eat. Tani Kobayashi. Oh my god, this card makes me so happy. This is the desert from the Scarlet and Violet games. You'll see these little ruined pillars up there, and you can find Gimme Gold on the top of it. He's about to kick it into the other's mouth, right? Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, cool. I don't know why this reminds me of Spyro for so many reasons. Because, yeah, you used to have to eat the berries like that and spit them out. He's just chilling, man. I love how you can put a lens flare in this. That's incredible. Okachiki. Okachiki. He's about to kick it. He's about to kick it. Boom. Nope. Boom too early. Boom. Rare candy. This reminds me of Daddy-O. He was having a very interesting conversation with Kitty-O Games one day, and Kitty-O was asking him, well, how many rare candies should I use to level up? And Daddy-O looks at him like a cow looks at an oncoming train, and he says, we train our Pokemon here. We don't use candy. And oh my god, I was like, that needs to be on a shirt. Like, that is my motto in all things holy. Like, that is beautiful. He just looks at him and says, we train our Pokemon here. And it was a very important life lesson, albeit jokingly, because we like Kideo to do his thing, and he is Pokemon League champion, so gotta respect his decisions and wishes, and to question his strategy, that's foolish, so. But it was one of the greatest lines I have ever heard anybody say. Alright. Oh, got that Ultra Ball. It's either going to be catching something or letting something out. Toad School. Chillin', looks like he should be hiding something, but he ain't got nothing to hide it with. Modesty, bro. Modesty. Tika Matsuno. Love the sun rays through the trees. Oh. Kideo. But Daddy-O's right. Kicking it, Toad School. Oh, that's funny. I'm never going to say it any other way now. Look at this Houndoom. Holy moly, this needed a bigger card. This is only a common card by HNCL. You owe me 10 cents every time you say it. I'll start a tab right now. I'll send you $1 a month because I'm saying it 10 times, no less. Incredible. Squawkabilly. Shout out Trainer Maddie. You never go wrong with a Houndoom ever. I agree. Holy squawkamoly. That Oswaldo Cato. Alright, got our second holo. I love how I mix these packs up like perfect tempo. We'll get there, But it's not about the goal, right? It's about the journey together. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but you see what I did? Which I still haven't ripped a pack of Journey Together myself, physically. Not to say that I've been really trying to find the packs. Haven't been out and about lately. But I've started to hear some amazing things of Pokemon being found in the wild and vending machines being restocked. It's like one of the birds from the 3 Habaneros cartoon. Oh my goodness, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Or do you remember Rockadoodle? He reminds me of Rockadoodle. But yes, there was an old cartoon with 3 cartoon birds, and they were kind of doing a kind of a parody on the three amigos, and they were the 3 habaneros, and they went around, looked like mariachis. It was great. All right, let's see. Aww, Blissey. This just got brought up last week. This Blissey looks so out of place in this environment. It's Donald Duck and these other 2 birds, yep. And one of them is a parrot, like a macaw almost. Looks just like Squawkabilly. But yeah, he looks insanely out of place here. But they are healers. Chanticleer. I might need help on that one, Alan. Chanticleer. Chanticleer. Was that the name of the other guy? Or was that the name of the guy? Sounds familiar. Also, another shout out to some amazing bird trio would be the Good Feathers. Rockadoodle character, thank you. That's why it's familiar. Caballeros, but it's fine. Yes. The Rockadoodle character, man. Rockadoodle, man. I'll always remember that movie. Gichirito. Wow, I'm losing subs, y'all. Maybe I should stand on my head and do this. No, it's okay. You know how I feel about it. I'm happy and grateful that you're all here. Used to love that movie. Ah, love it. Got the Tom Cruise Mankey. Nagimisu. Holy cow, memories, core memories unlocked. Woo! Cyclozar Hollow. Oh yeah, I wore that VHS into the ground. In fact, it was one of those where I never owned the movie, but my parents used to take us to Blockbuster all the time for the weekends. And I would run right to it, and I feel like that movie was mine. I just had to go and give it back every now and again. But yeah, I watched that tape into the ground. Sorry, caballeros, not habaneros. Must be hungry. Yeah, I was thinking habaneros. That sounds hard for a kid to say. Look at this Pachirisu. He's getting live right here. Not realizing that he's only, you know, less than a full meter tall. Nuki Saitao. Let's rock. Caps Kid. Clauncher. Just chilling by the Pokemon Center. I love that water. Chinchu. There we go, seeing some of the evolved Palmont. Saya Saruda also has that very thick outline and very color pencil-y feel. Into the Pavilion, which even the common card in this set is gorgeous. Pavilion, on the other hand, is a very interesting Pokemon, as its patterns on its wings can differ wildly. And the weirdly placed foot. Alright, just that foot sticking out of its body there. I'm glad they have it, though, because you have to admit it would look kind of weird without it. Love this art. Natsuko Nishida. That very painterly, wispy effect, but I love all the different designs that could be on Pavilion's wings. Alright. Moving right along. See how cold my coffee got. I love watching movies that I used to watch as a kid when I'm an adult. Although there's one movie that I saw as a kid, terrified me, and I refused to watch it as an adult. And the only reason is, I'm afraid that it won't be scary. And I know it won't be scary to me, and then I'll lose that fear of that movie, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to watch it. Alright. Toad Squirrel. Looking like a boss. He should be walking around too, but he's not. He looks like he's flying. I love Christmas movies. In fact, one of my favorite Christmas movies ever is A Christmas Story, featuring Albert Finney. It's one of the greatest renditions of that movie. Sorry, A Christmas Carol. Yeah, Christmas movies are great. Mommy. His feet are looking fine, but remember, he has to rub his face to generate electricity, and that's exactly what he's doing in this card. And I think that is an incredible attention to detail. Tiki Matsuno. Hey, Dragon Thing, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a great night. Whoa, that's the matching Houndour right there. We saw the Houndoom earlier. Again, Nagimisu. Gorgeous, gorgeous. In fact, you kind of have to give it up. Rubbing the cheeks. I don't know, the one on the right just looks so much more like he hits the gym, right? The one on the left might have skipped a leg day. I don't know, just a thought. The one on the right just has so much more muscle tone. Alright. Oop. I forgot to finish going through the pack. Like a dummy. This has to be Miki Tanaka. I guess it could be Jerky, though, because it's got different shades in it. Ooh, Miki Kudo. And I have a very, very rousing suspicion that Miki Tanaka and Miki Kudo are the same person. Because they have the exact same style, so it might have been a name change for marriage or something. It's gorgeous, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Flowers for you, sir. You were mentioning pollen and allergies. And this is another card that gives me allergy symptoms. But it is a holo. It is my favorite Indeedee card too. Never skip leg day. Ever. Just leave that up. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Alright, let's keep this train going. I think it's time that we see our first art rare. What do you guys think? Of course, I think this set also comes with an ace spec? Maybe? I think it does. I could be wrong though. It's a cute little greeting. Oh? Ah! Kentaro. It's kind of incredible, isn't it? Same artist. So, oh, I've already got this, the greeting in the pile though. Dang, I thought we found one. Another ghost pup. This looks like he's walking through a cemetery to me. Michin Nagisawa. Miki Tanaka and Kudo both did work as recently as Surging Sparks. Okay, that debunks my theory. Appreciate you, Dragon Fang. Maybe related. Maybe Miki is a family name, like a surname. Whoa. Love the ghosts. Gotta love Rotom. This is a gorgeous overhead view of Paldea. And another one of those towers. Sometimes they're standing upright. And you can climb to the top, and there's a Gemighoul up there. It would be so cool if you could see it in this picture, but we can't. Shout out Kuki Saitao, who also was very, very responsible for doing every Poncho Pikachu artwork out there. Into Professor Toro. Alright, we're getting all the holos out of the way. Summon the Ghost Lock. Summon the Ghost Lock. We gotta pull our ghosts out. Start piling them up here. Getting our Ghosty Luck on. Is Rotom what happens to Ghastly if knocked out by an electric Pokemon? That's not a terrible theory. I would like to know where Rotom did originate from. Like, what was the first Rotom? But I do like that theory, Matt. Hey fam, how's everyone doing today? Adam Jones, welcome, welcome. We're doing well. We're just getting through our box of Violet. And then we are going to go ahead and run our comment picker for those that have not done so yet. If you do want to jump back. Pokey girl Nina, how are you? Just jumping on here before I go to sleep. Take care and enjoy your show. Oh, thank you so much for that. I was lurking in your stream a little bit earlier, but definitely had something come up, and I apologize. But before you go, if you want to jump back into my 4-5 video, the Night Wanderer live, if you want to leave a comment on that, I'm giving these 2 cards away. And we're going to run that right after I open this box. You do not have to be here. I will, of course, reach out to the winner. I'll tag them in YouTube, of course. And then you just got to send me an email. But, yeah, for those that haven't done it yet, go ahead and do that. We're going to run that comment picker right after this. Stopping by my lunch break to show my support. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your lunch break. Eat something yummy. And, you know, I really appreciate you popping in, and I hope you have a beautiful night. I know you're fixing to start traveling soon. Man, this little guy's moving. Look at him. You would not want to see that running in any way, shape, or form. Shin Nagisawa. But man, he is going fast. I can't stand the design. I really can't. They should have given him legs. Alright. Awkward Foot, Palmont. Got this greedy little Squovet, which was done by Hyoganosuke. Nearly 5 a.m. Gee. Sorry, was that a short? It's a live, so it was my last live when I was opening Night Wanderer. So it was just last Saturday on the 5th. But if you go under the live section on my page, you'll find them. 5 ham and cheese toasted sandwiches, 3 hard-boiled eggs, and a bowl of noodles. Holy crap, man. That not only made me hungry reading it, it also filled me up. That sounds like a heck of a lunch break. Dang, get it, Adam, right? Of course, I had this weird craving for McDonald's today. And not just any McDonald's, but they have the Minecraft promotion going on right now, and they have the Netherfire sauce, and it is amazing. Amazing. This Bombardier is the sickest Bombardier card ever, showing him in full attack mode. It was done by Nagimisu, and this was the card that triggered me to collect them for artist appreciation. Alright, here we go. Toxel. Tarantula. Sekio? Nope, Narumi Sato. And just so everybody's aware, every single time you see a Slowpoke in water, or dipping its tail in the water, he's literally just trying to evolve. He's just waiting for a Cloyster or a Shelder to come in up on his tail. Is that your favorite bird? I would have to say that's probably my favorite normal bird Pokemon, would probably be Bombardier. And that's only because not only does his shiny form look very sick, because it's a monochromatic black and white, but his eyes are red. But in the game, he actually uses his pouch to, you know, drop things and roll giant boulders down the hill. It is one of the Titan Pokemon you have to beat as well. So the game really made me love Bombardier. Albeit, it was very, very frustrating to find the shiny Pokemon. It's just my lunch while I'm at work. I don't have time to go all out like I normally would. That's not going all out. Well, now we're curious. Oh! Look at that. Out of nowhere. I wasn't even ready for it. We got the Clauncher, and he called it out earlier. Have a great night, Nina. Thanks for popping in. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. The Clauncher. I think I do have this one in English. But I did notice something, so I'm going to take a quick look. This was done by Shinya Kamatsu. And just the overwhelming amount of blues and dark greens in the card really give the portrayal of being deep underwater. And at the same time, there's light on the green that he's cutting, showing that it could be somewhat close to the surface. But I noticed the Scralp up here, just kind of chilling. And it seems out of place, unless the Scralp card also has a Clauncher in it, which would be cool. That's Scralp. Bombardier is a beautiful Pokemon, especially being dark flying. Exactly. I love the Blue Lobster too. In fact, I love their shiny form also, but only for its comedic value, because Clauncher, his shiny form is a red lobster, so he just turns into a red lobster when he's shiny. I thought that was pretty funny. I love the blues too. Gorgeous first pull. Not ghost, but not bad. Alright. We're heating up now. It's kind of sad his evolution didn't get an art rare, right? I feel like and this is just me, because, you know, I love the art of all cards, but I feel like if you're not the final evolution in a line, then you really shouldn't get an art card, a special art card. Like, that's supposed to be your final evolution. Like, how are you going to have that out and then put a normal, God, what's his evolution? Why is it escaping me? It's not Clauncher, that's Clauncher. I want to say Haunch Claw, but that's so wrong. But yeah, it's just weird to me. But I understand why they do it. I just, you know, wish they'd do it in all the right ways. Yeah, I don't get it either. Although, there are some cute ones out there, like the Phanpy Art Rare. Did other cards in the set deserve it more? Absolutely. But he still got one. Ah, came out just for Kara. Little work truck, Arcanine, Maitika Matsuno. Gorgeous, and I love that palm tree outlined in white. Classic, makes it stand out against the background. Growth. These guys crack me up. Crack me up. You like their little pants and vest. Although, and I'm sure Matt will agree with me, that they really deserved a better shiny. Like, they should have been black mice or something. It's the tandem mouse. It sure is. Riding on a bicycle built for two, huh? And boom. Okay, we deserve that. We deserve that. But I mentioned I wanted to see a 4-person mouse hold, and here it is. So in the games, y'all, when you evolve your tandem mouse, it will evolve in a mouse hold, which is the 2 big mice and then 1 little baby mouse. But sometimes they'll evolve into a 4-person mouse hold. It'll come with 2 little ones. So, really cool to see that on a card. And yes, I know what you're thinking. And yes, I've looked at all these arts 1,000,006 times already. And you know what? I don't care. We're going to do it every time. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me. 6 of you. I don't know if my count's right, but I appreciate y'all being here. Means the world. Means the world. Spiritomb. Baby mouse bro on daddy's head. Baby mouse bro. Yep. That's pretty much how it goes, right? And I guarantee they're saying, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Ghosty. Running tentacle boy. Or as Kara would say, kicking it toad school. Gotta show the respect to the art. Gots to. You have no idea how long this took someone to make. I love the sky in this card, too. I love the Spiritomb, right? Pretty good one. Also very, very difficult to obtain in Legends Arceus. Because you get the, I call it a lodestone. I know that's not it, that's Minecraft, but you get the stone and you have to go around and collect the wisps throughout the Paldea region. Man. There's 100 of them, and it takes forever. But I did it. But shiny hunting that thing would be monstrously difficult. So, probably be best to do it in egg form, honestly. Alright, Squawkabilly. Boom. Atsuka Ninshida. And this artist reminds me of Pokégirl Neen. It's one of her favorites. I was going through all my old vintage bulk today, Adam. I didn't see any old Spiritomb, sadly. Although I'm not done yet, so that could change, but... First time we're seeing Toxtricity tonight. On the Underdepths. What's he doing down there? Looks like he's walking through sewage. I don't like it. Atsuki Furusawa. Grievard. Summoning the Ghosts. Got Chansey. Who also looks like Atsuka Nishida, but not really. Sui, that's why. Well, fam, I have to get back to work. Much love to you all. Adam Jones, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day at work, man. Thanks for popping in for a second. See, now Toxtricity reminds me of Spy. Okay, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Kara. Oh. Matt made a very interesting claim just now, saying that Toxtricity resembles Randall from Monsters, Inc. Sundays are always slow. Oh, that's good. That's good. Randall. Okay. Can't unsee that. Thanks, Matt. There's the Clauncher regular. This was Miki Tanaka, Miki Kudo, Higanosuke, Jerky. Miki Kudo. And boom. Heracross. Okay, I'm not disappointed. Itaro at Akitsu. Man, I love when his wings are open. Like, he looks like a goofy Pokemon, but man, that thing is, you do not want to mess with that. Especially when his horns on the front here are pointed like that. That means it's a male. If it's a female, they'll be rounded. I wonder how fast he flies. That would be some good trivia right there, Dragon Fang. Because man, I can imagine we have these. What are they called? Oh, we have these beetles here in Arizona. They're called Palo Verde beetles, and I kid you not, they're this big, and they're black, and they just like, if you're sitting there and one of them lands on the porch, like you hear it flap, and then you can just see it crawling around, and it's just, that's what it reminds me of. But when they fly by you, it sounds like a jet. What was that? So I can only imagine what that sounds like whipping. I do have a favorite Mega Evolution, and it will not surprise you, Ryan, so I'll let you guess, but there's one Mega Evolution that I like over the rest. Of course, Mimikyu, that's a VMAX though. So, do I think Mimikyu deserved a Mega Evolution? Yeah, I do. Gorgeous Torrentula, not my favorite Pokemon. One of my favorite art rare cards though. It is Gengar, absolutely. I just like how he turns white. He turns into this massive Phantom Spectre. His VMAX isn't bad either. Although for being the one and only SAR cards that Gengar ever received, I feel like he needed to just be Gengar. But that's just me. There's Jerky. Shuppet the Puppet. Getting some ghosts. More ghosts. Okay. Spidops. I think that's his name. Getting hyped for the EX. Let's go. Hey, BRB. Sounds good. Kara's Bourbon. Burb. First EX, which surprises me. Sweet. Any duplicate EXs and the likes are going to go into the hitbox, so. Because I am working on perfecting my ultimate game of Guess the Artist set or specialty set that it was in. Love that EX, right, Nat? EXs are great. And if you look very, very closely through the text box, you can actually see the Pokemon is behind it. Like, you can see through the text. So it might as well be a full art card without being a full art card. So I always thought those were kind of nice. Alright. One to the front. Flip it. Got the Academy. And those stairs, they suck to run up and down, so I just ride my Miraidon up and down them. Capsakid looking happy. Kuki Saitao can do no wrong. Fla baby. Hey, Flap Baby. Mitsu. Again, Pollen Attack is what this looks like. This is one of the tougher Pokemon. If you want them all, there's so many colors to collect, and they all have a shiny form. Alright. Back to Sui. Chansey. Fortress. Alright. Moving right along. Man, the last half of this box is fixing to be nothing but fire. At least we're hoping. Haven't gotten a dud box so far. But for those that don't know, there are art rares. There are special art rares. Special art rares are not guaranteed, so when you do find an SAR, it's something spectacular. We do celebrate. I will have to be quiet, but I don't care. Hey, boo boo! Let's go ahead and steal another picnic basket. Ghosty. Ghosty. Not ghosty, but cool. And boom! Woo! We got the Slowbro. Everybody knows who that is. Let's hear it. Who's responsible for this incredible Slowbro, you say? So much, so much. Kara's gonna know the artist pretty well. Love the pinwheels, the cave-painted sun. Conda. Shinji Conda. Legend in our world of art. Love that we got that, and that's why, again, I'm gonna say it out loud. I absolutely love the hollows in Japanese because, like English, some more of the modern sets, you'll find that all of them have a hollow, and sometimes that takes away the appreciation of finding them. And when you only find one hollow of each in the box, it's kind of nice. Plus, you don't have to sleeve a million hollows to put them in the bulk, and that's kind of nice too. Alright, starting off with picnics. Allergies. Whoa. That reminds me, I think you already did this artist, but there was a good Slowpoke and Slowbro from Platinum. I'm gonna have to look. And it might have been. And it's only the set name that rings a bell, because I know I was looking up cards for Platinum at one point. Such a great set, too. Love the... I wish they ran that fast. That would be great. Oh, Kentaro. Here we go. Every time I'm like, oh, this Pokemon. Yep, already got it. Already got that one. Pineco. Pachirisu. Yeah, the end of this box is fixing to be... It's Hamtaro time. Hamtaro. Kogamaru Humino, yeah, Slowpoke and Slowbro are a matching art set. Yes, I absolutely dig Kogamaru Humino. However, I do know that their artwork is vast, and it spans over the course of 25 years, so... am I going to go back and start, not redoing episodes, but I'm going to start going back and maybe doing more episodes on artists I've previously featured. The only thing I do worry about, and I know that y'all aren't going to be worried about it, is I have this weird compulse where I don't like to use the same cards in my shorts. So if I do like another Kogamaru Aminu, I'd have to go back and make sure that all the cards that were featured in those ones are not featured in the new ones. Although it might slip through once or twice, which I know y'all won't mind. It's just a personal thing. But that's the amount of work that I put into it. You think he can build up a charge by running literally fast too, not just rubbing its cheeks? I would have to kind of dignify that with yes. However, I would imagine it would have to be running through something. Like running through tall grass, something rubbing its face. But unlike Fuecoco, it didn't say that it needed to, like, use its paws specifically. And only, I wonder if it could get the same thing, like rubbing its face on carpet or something. Huh. I love having you guys in here. You always make me think. And I am going to start, I've decided, I'm going to start writing kids' stories featuring Pokemon. I think that I haven't seen enough of them, and whenever I see that, I just do it. When he said hamster, I immediately thought Hamtaro. Yep, me too. And now I can't unsee that either. And for the record, I think that Kuki Saitao should do a Hamtaro Palmy. Alright. Our bitchin' beetle, Heracross. Capsy Kid dancing. He's dancing for good hits. Raining. Aww. Isn't water strong against electricity? No, maybe it's the other way around. Nuts. Nuts. Houndoom looking awesome as ever. That's awesome. And boom! The Academy. Alright. Coming down to it. In fact, eventually, it's going to be like every pack is going to have something in it. Only pulled one EX and one art rare so far. And we're more than halfway through. Maddie! How are you? Hope you're doing well. We're just ripping our Violet. And then we're going to run our giveaway. Comment picker on the Night Wanderer video. I was really hoping that this was going to turn out a lot like that one, because I was pulling our duplicate art rares left and right. Cute. Spupa? Spupa. Speaking of Kogamaru Aminu. Hope you're doing well tonight, Maddie. How was your day? Rude Citadel. Whoa, okay. I think that's the first Palmot we've seen. First holo Palmot. I wonder if he has to rub his cheeks to do that too. Episode on Tokoya. I have not. Is that the one that spells it TOY8? Because I know there's one in there too, and then Haleen said, I guess it's pronounced this. But if not, then I certainly want to entertain that, Dan. So I'm going to write that down. Tokia. And also, as we go, if we see any, this is me too, we'll set them aside, because I definitely, it's gorgeous, right? It's my ambition, and y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but it's my ambition to feature at least every single artist from the Pokemon card game at least one time. Save for, like, you know, those one-offs. Like, I know that Palafin card only had one artist from the Maga series, you know. So a couple of those might get their own little special call-out shorts for artist appreciation. I am also going to slightly update the format of the artist appreciation series. I feel like you all enjoy listening to me talk for some reason, so I'm going to give my hand at the voiceover for my artist appreciation and maybe talk about the artist as I'm featuring the cards. without losing the music portion of it, because I do really enjoy writing my lyrics for words and stuff. Doing very good. Coming home tomorrow morning, and that's going to be a 6-hour-long drive. Yowie wowie. Well, I hope you have your phone with you. Of course, that doesn't really help when you're going far distances, and maybe service will cut out every now and again, but alright. Got our brownie troop leader. No, she's a chef. But she always reminded me of, like, troop leader brownie. Seems to do a lot of art, exploring perspectives, and there's a great spoint showing off the fisheye lens effect. Excellent. What set is that in, Dragon Fang? Is it in this one? I haven't seen a new spoint card in a long time, though. Ghosty Pup. Hyoganosuke. This card reminds me of Halion, because she's the one that got me onto Hyoganosuke, taught me how to say the name. I was saying it very wrong. I was saying Higonasuki. Ooh, buddy. We have here an SAR. It is Arven. He is making a sandwich, probably for his Mabostiff. No, back in Fates Collide, I found an LCS bulk box. Excellent. I'll have to take a look at it for real. Alright. So, one of the biggest giveaways for those that don't know that it's an SAR as opposed to an AR is you can see a whole bunch more of this glitter texture. Look at that print line, guys. You see this right here? Gnarly print line right there. But aside from that, it looks pretty good. I wish Mabostiff was on this card so bad. And that's kind of the plot of the game, and the whole reason behind the sandwiches and the Urbica Mystica is Arven has a Mabostiff who's sick. He's trying to help it get better. Not the print line. Yeah, apparently that's a thing with me in SARs. Every SAR from Japanese I get is going to feature some kind of gnarly print line. But not to say that I was ever going to, you know, get this one graded. But this is a gorgeous card, and the call out here that I like is the border. There's these little dashes across it. It really looks like it was stitched on the card. Gives it that nice art effect. Excellent. Alright, pulling heat, y'all. That was pretty good. I like that. Not the print line. The print lines. That's not bad. In fact, the only thing at this point I have to feel is just a little bit sorry, because the rule is if it's not going in the binder, then I'll happily give it away. But if everything's going in the binder, then I'm going to have to come up with something to give away. Alright. Going to do our last packs here. We're probably going to be seeing a lot of heat like that. That's so cool. Any SAR to pull is amazing. As that Ripper and Pokemon lover, you always want it to be a Pokemon, but at the end of the day, it's part of the collection and the art is wonderful. Oh my goodness, we didn't even look at that, did we? Who am I even? No way. That has to be some kind of fate. Kismet, or you could call it Paldean fate. This is one of the artists we're looking for. Kentaro. How banana sandwich is that? The phone's about to die, not sure if I'll have time to come back, but I might just be waiting to get back. No worries at all. I have no idea how long we're going, but we're going to be a minute, so you're okay. Just get home safe is all I say. That is super weird, y'all. That doesn't happen very often, but the artists we're looking for, I pull an SAR, they done? That's cool. Shin Nagisawa. Another Citadel. Shuppet Luck. Got the Houndoom, Dower, and the Bombardier. From this set, anyway. Another one of my favorite birds, I will say, is going to be Braviary. I think that it's just an amazing warbird. Although I'll say that Hisuian Braviary, I prefer. I prefer the colors, the design on his head, the pluff, the plume. Just better color scheme in my opinion. But fun fact about me, y'all, I'm not a real big fan of the color red. Which is odd to say because purple is half red. Alright. There we go. We got Randall sneaking around the basement. Rubbing his cheeks. Is nicer, agreed. And strangely enough, I'm not a huge fan of the red either, yet I love so many fire Pokemon. Yeah, that is pretty odd. But all fire Pokemon have shiny forms. Like, I prefer shiny Ponyta over regular Ponyta. I just think that the flame on its head appears hotter because it's blue. We got the Halion Hyoganosuke Squovet. And boom! Okay, Mabostiff. Man, that looks freaky. Sup, Kev? Dropped in for a lag. What's up, Mr. Zards? I appreciate you, fam. I hope you're doing well. Hope things are all well on your side of the world. We're just getting to the end of this box of Violet, man, and honestly, we've only pulled this Clauncher art rare so far. And we did pick up the Arven SAR. And then we did pull one EX, which is a pretty odd pull rate for typically on my stream. Normally we're pretty evenly all in between, but if I had to guess, I'm going to say these last packs are going to be absolute fire. So I appreciate the support there, Mr. Zards. Alright, let's go. One to the front. Flip it. Beautiful floor, just looking so gorgeous. Hamtaro. Growlithe. Shuppet the Puppet. Boom. Whoa! No way! The Shuppet evolved right before our eyes into a Banette EX. L Deadpool fan. I hope you're doing well, fam. It's good to see you. Hisuian Growlithe or regular Growlithe? Hisuian Growlithe. That's my selection, and that's just because the hair on its chest. And I like the darker look to it. What are the odds we be pulling a Banette? Robert Julie Stone, tell him, make me a grill. So cool. Alright, EX number 2. Not bad, not bad. We're also picking up some art for our artist appreciation shorts. That's so funny, Kara. Alright. We're going to count how many packs are left, and then we are going to take a small break while I step away for a second, stretch my legs out. And then we'll come back, we'll do the comment picker for those cards there, and then we'll see what else we're going to get into after this box. Tandem Mouse. 10 of you watching. Appreciate y'all choosing to spend your time with me. I know there's a lot of people streaming right now. Houndour. Got the Magneton. And boom! Woo! We got the Pachirisu! Look at him! Artist Zig. Hey, look at the Pachirisu. Look at how cute. So cute. Look at that. So cute. I wonder if they're fighting each other. Slapping those cheeks. So cute. Ah, so cute. Gotta get to it up close now. It's got two little Pachirisu in the back too. That's super cute. They're totally not fighting. No, no. No, I think they're doing what you said. Excellent. Alright, moving right along. That is an art rare, which is so odd. I see some of these art rares, man, and I'm just totally... Ah, Megan, look. Isn't that cute? So cute. Alright, one to the front. They share stored energy, I know that much when they rub cheeks. Did anyone say giggity? I'll say it, giggity. Alright. Mousehold. Kicking it toad school. Hey, you wanna run? Awkward Pommy. Holy squawkamole. Rockadoo. Boom. Yeah! There's my Bostiff. How weird is that? I was just saying, I wish my Bostiff was in this card, and now it's my Bostiff with Arvin making the sandwich. Look at that. See that? All the big hits coming out now. Yep, I knew it was all going to be in this last little bit. I can't believe I shuffled that way. I was starting to get a little worried. So perfect. So perfect. Didn't even sleep it. Who am I even? I don't even know. Another art rare, which again, this very well could have been an SAR. This looks very... Does the art stack? It doesn't, sadly. This was done by Okachiki. Sadly, it doesn't. Only because it's super close up in this one. And maybe it could kinda... But it's just a little different perspective. So it's like someone took a picture of Arvin, backed up, and then took a picture of my Bostiff. Rick T! Hope you're doing well tonight, fam. I'm just showing off a couple of the hits that we got from this box here. I do have a plan B, though, so don't worry. Because it seems like I don't have that many doubles coming out of this box as I did the Night Wanderer. Which we will run that comment picker right after this in a little break. For these two cards here from Night Wanderer. So, you do still have a little bit of time. Jump into the live. It is a live, my last live of Night Wanderer opening on 4-5. Tapu Bulu and Cresselia. Giving those away. Of course, I'm going to be transparent. Whoever does win, need to reach out to me. But probably be next week before I get any mail out. So, the Pachirisu is pretty great, not going to lie. That is a pretty great card. A lot of these are, if I would have to pick, like, of course I like my Ghosts, and the Drowsy would still be great to see. But if I had to select cards that I would like to have, these would be among some of them. And this is what my Bostiff should look like. How do you enter the giveaway? So you just have to go back to the Night Wanderer live video. If you go to my page and go under lives, you'll find the Night Wanderer video that I did last week. It was just my last one. Not my last live, but my last box opening, Night Wanderer. But if you go, just leave a comment on that video. That's all you got to do. Alright, let's see what else this box is holding. Cute, cold little Tarantula. Hungry Drowsy. Zach would probably have to reach out for you, Maddie, but that's up to Kev. Yeah, you can enter, Maddie. Just make sure that your dad does the reaching out if you happen to win, but we trust you. It's not like you're new or anything, so absolutely that would be okay. Nice, dude. Love your video. Shout out Rocket Scott for showing off your channel. Absolutely. Shout out Rocket Scott. 100%. I am very, getting used to his streaming schedule. It's just, an hour a day is never long enough to hang out with all of you like we used to. But yeah, Rocket Scott is a beacon in this community, and a lot of us wouldn't be what we are today without him first showing it to everybody else. So for what it is worth, Rocket Scott, if you do see this, we are forever grateful for the love that you give the community and the shout-outs that you purposely and meaningfully give to everybody. Primeape. This is the first Primeape I'm seeing tonight. Throwing that right hook by Ryuta Fuse. Or Fuse, I say Fuse. Yeah, of course, Manny. And I appreciate that, Rick. That truly does mean a lot, man. All I try to do is bring peace, love, and Pokemon to the world, and I appreciate you all helping me do that. Truly, I wouldn't be me without all of you. Alright, 3 packs left. Honestly, only pulling 2 EXs. 3, 4 art rares. Thinking 1 more art rare and 2 EXs. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Could be wrong. It might be 3 EXs. But we're definitely pulling something. Not to sound ungrateful, because this was already a pretty good opening so far. I don't know if you saw that card, Maddie. I pulled the Pachirisu. Look how cute. I don't know if I did one to the front, but we're going to just run through it. We got the Greedent. That box is really good, and I've seen it, and I'm in love. Beautiful card, right? Gorgeous card, gorgeous art. Sui. Shout out Sui. Tom Cruise Mankey. And boom. Oh, Scovillain. Okay, my counts were wrong. Way wrong. I think that's the first Scovillain I've seen tonight. Maybe. Kachiro E2. And fun fact about this Pokemon is you would actually expect the red one to be a little bit more off-hinged and a little bit more crazy, but it's actually the green one that's nuts. Huh. Kinda cool. Alright. Last 2 packs. Quick break. Run the comment picker for last video. Night all wanted to stop by. It's almost midnight. Don't worry, Rick T. You do not have to be present for the comment picker either. I will post it both in the comments of this live as well as the I'll tag you in a post on my page. And yeah, reach out. If I do know that you're on Discord, I might just reach out to y'all on Discord though. Spoobers! How are you tonight, man? I hope you're doing well. Satitan. First Satitan we've seen tonight too. This is gorgeous, and it looks very much like a Kirigawa. Probably not though. Ah, Dynamique. Of course. Spoobers. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Spoobers. Did you enjoy your day? Do any Minecrafting today? Or Pal World? Different Capsy Kid. This one's running, not dancing. Floette. Alright everybody, I'm gonna take a drink of coffee. Does anybody know the name of this Pokemon? Nothing much done today, just a lot of rest. Sometimes that's all we need, Spoogers. Okay, I'm back. Welcome back, Nat. We're almost to the end of the box, so you really didn't miss much. Although we did pull some other art rares and whatnot, but... Klotzer. Thank you. I think you're right. Klotzer from Clauncher. Klotzer. Okay, thank you. It was escaping me because I know it was Clauncher, but what did he turn into? Awesome. And boom! Speaking of Miraidon, getting hyped for the EX. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. Coming on down to, I don't know if it's appropriate to say last pack magic when you've been pulling so much fire, but last pack magic. 3 EXs. I can only assume this is going to be a 4th EX, and that'll be the box. A silly blue lobster, yep. We were trying to figure it out before, and every time it came up, I'm like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Wow, we're ending with the first card we started with. The Hypno. Odd. Alright, let's run it. Mass Chief. Primate. Slow Poke. Boom. There it is. The Magnezone EX. Getting hype. Magnezone EX, y'all. Gorgeous card. Appreciate y'all joining me through that. What we're going to do right here is we're going to run through all the hits of the box, as it is only right. We got this, we got that, we got that, and we'll keep those two together. Yeah, keep those two together. But, hits of the box, making sure I didn't miss any. Of course, I have my stack of ghosts. But we got the Magnezone EX, the Miraidon EX, the Banette EX. Not a bad box at all. Spidops EX, into the Clauncher art rare, complete with Skrelp cameo. The Pachirisu art rare, and by far just an 11 on the cute meter. Got the Mabostiff art rare, chilling with Arvin making a sandwich, and also pulled the SAR Arvin making the sandwich, complete with PokéGhost print line. Excellent. Not bad, not bad. Now I will do what we always do. Let me go pull the binder out real quick. I want to take a look at these art rares. I don't know why this one's looking familiar. I know I pulled it in English, and that might be the why. So I'm going to go and do that. I'll pull that out. Got here. Got the bulk for my bulk lovers out there. Summon Matt and Kara. Bulk unite. And then, to my earlier point, these are just the hollows. You never dupe on hollows in Japanese boxes. Bulk lovers assemble. It's gorgeous indeedy. Cyclizar, which, fun fact, Miraidon and Koraidon are supposed to be the ancient and future versions of this Pokemon. Of course, in a full world full of Cyclizars, be a Miraidon. Ghost Pup, Supreme. And the other ghost, Annihilate. So, W box. Cannot complain on that. Give me a second, y'all. Appreciate you. And I will be right back. In fact, I've thought of this. So what I did was I made a little card. And that little card says, be right back. Shout out to Bro Rips for the idea. But I will be right back. Sweet. 2 seconds, y'all. Alright, appreciate y'all. Hope the music didn't stop, because that's boring. That's incredibly boring. Okay, good. I wish they did too, Kara. Anyone else a little upset that we couldn't ride Cyclozar or the other legendary in our S&V games? Yes. Yes, I will say that Cyclozar seemed much more convenient. And you're talking about when you catch Koraidon and Violet or Miraidon and Scarlet, you can't choose to ride those, you can only battle them. I agree, 100%. And yes, it's 9 o'clock and I'm drinking a Monster. Why? Because. Alright. There we go. Got my Violet binder. Spidops EX is an extra. Wow, I got that way backwards. Bandit and Miraidon EX are both extras. last box wasn't as vast, I'll say that. But none of the art rares that I got were doubled up. So that's kind of nice for the collector in me, not nice for the, you know, giveaway me. Just wanted to show Kara. This is coming out to Paradox Rift. It was what we pulled last time. She's a big Arcanine lover. Been holding on to it safe, but it is being packed up and gonna come out next week. Okay, well, I do have a plan B for that. Because, and it might just be me, but I think y'all are just a little bit better than a couple of EXs, so we're not gonna put the EXs up. I do have a plan for that, but right now, we're going to do what everybody's long awaited. Looky what we have here! A ghost has appeared! Absolutely! What's up, ABV Pokemob Squad? Coming in the chat like a boss. I hope you're doing well tonight, fam. We just got done opening our box of Violet. And we'll run through the hits right now, as you always courteously run through hits with me. This is what we pulled. Got the Clauncher, the Spydops, Bandnet, Miraidon, and Magnezone EX, which I did need the Magnezone, so that was a pickup. This cute Pachirisu. How's your stream going? So far, so good, man. We're just getting open in the box. We're just done with that. We're about to do our comment picker on my Night Wanderer giveaway, my Night Wanderer video, which was the live that happened on 4/5. So if you left a comment on that video, I'm about to run a comment picker for the dupes of that Night Wanderer box. And I was going to do something similar with this one, but we didn't get any anything of note duplicated. But this is what we're about to give away. This art rare Tapu Bulu. And this beautiful Cresselia, which is really hard for me to part with because it's one of my favorite artworks. But I have it in English, I have it in Japanese, and I want to share it with the world. I want you guys to love it too. And trust me, I did leave all the Kev patented print lines off of it, so there are no print lines on this one, and none on this one. But of course, my luck with art rares are a lot better than SARs. Love that card, right? It's gorgeous, right? By Sotama. And the Tapu Bulu was by Akira Sokai. Much love, Kev. Just happy for a chance. Beautiful cards. I'll go comment right now. I'll be right back. No worries, AB. I'll move really slowly. I will give everybody a chance to go and comment on that, of course. Honestly, I'm glad I remembered today when I was looking, because I was going through. I said, oh, I wonder how many people commented, and there was one. And so I was like, you know what? Let me just share this out a little bit, remind everybody, just in case. And while y'all are doing that, I am going to go ahead and get it all set up. I do love the Cresselia. It is a good Cresselia. Got that. 5 and 6. That's 11. Alright. Should be that one. Excellent, thank you. Thank you for that. And I will give everybody just, you know what, we'll call it 2 more minutes. So we'll run it at 47. Kev, who makes your music? That is a great question, Maddie. Would it surprise you to say that I do? I make all my music. Perfect, just commented. Excellent. Excellent, appreciate that. Hope everybody did. There's 12 of you in here right now, which is awesome. And honestly, I just want to ensure that, it'd be really cool that if whoever wins is here right now. So I can't see the chat while I do this, y'all, so I do apologize. That was the Night Wanderer video, right, AB, in the title? Just double checking. Hey, I'm back for a bit. Hey, Haley, we're about to run our giveaway on Night Wanderer, so you didn't miss anything. But we did pull some pretty good heat out of the box. So while we finish up letting people comment, I'll show Haley we got the EXs. Look at this Pachirisu, Haley. We got the Arven. And then we did pull the SAR or un-SAR out of the set, which was the Arven. Sorry, this was Mabostiff. And then Arven making a sandwich. So those were the hits of the box. Sadly, we just opened Violet, Japanese Violet. So I was able to procure a box of Violet and Scarlet, and I put a poll on the channel, and demandingly Violet was the winner, so we won Violet tonight. And I have a plan for that too, but let's run this comment picker real quick. And then, just so that we know, I can't see the chat quite when I'm doing this, so I'm going to have to do it a long way. I am going to turn the camera slightly so that everybody can see. $18 people. 18 comments. Y'all are incredible. Alright. Let me do it this way. Picking you up. Alright. Everybody see it? Alright, here we go. And the winner is... Oh, I see so many legends. My computer's a little slow. Sorry, y'all. The winner is No Shot. Lori is the winner. Congratulations, Lori, on winning the Tapu Bulu and Cresselia Art Rare from Night Wanderer. So appreciate you popping in. Appreciate your support always. Being an all-around great person. And yeah, I'm going to have you reach out to me. I will reach out to you, of course. And we will go from there. But congratulations, Lori. Is Lori still here? I don't know if Lori is still here, but of course we all know Lori. She's a big supporter of the community. Excellent. So we are going to take this. Whoop. Just like that. Where's my Hassan Pfeffer? That doesn't work. I'm very curious to know, does anybody else have a junk drawer that they keep all their pens and stuff in, and they pull that same pen out of the drawer every time and it never works, and yet you put it back in the drawer? Or is it just me? Excellent. Let that dry for a sec. That was a Bugs Bunny reference, yes, and you're the first one to ever throw it away, Ken. Okay, right now I will throw it away. I will throw it away right now, Megan. Caradox, anytime I can hang out with the GOAT of all ghosts himself and his amazing community, I'm doing good. Man, you are just far too kind. My handwriting's atrocious, y'all. But Lori, congratulations on the win. I will reach out to you and have you do the whole send me your page and all that good stuff, but truly appreciate you. Well deserved. Gonna head out now. Good night, everyone. Much love, Maddie. I hope you have a good night, and I appreciate you popping in for a second, fam. Alright, so let's talk about what it is that we're gonna have to give away for this one, because I will be doing this again next week. We're gonna open the box of Scarlet. And whatever pulls that we open, although I will tell you I have never opened a box of Scarlet, so I'm going to have to go through my little hit box and see what there is to give away. But very similarly, I did have a giveaway some time ago, and I asked everybody to comment on the video, and some did, but I think the video got lost in time, and then the giveaway got buried, so I apologize. I never ran a giveaway, or proclaimed a winner, so I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to give away my favorite EX of the set, Paradox Rift, the Bombardier. We just talked about this Pokemon and my love for him, but I do have this a couple times over, and I think this is a perfect EX. My sound just cut out. Uh-oh, did everybody else's sound cut out? Sign the card, Kev? Put a little ghost on it? Oh yeah. Not only that, but I'll actually send a ghost with it. So you're going to be getting a ghost with anything that you win, and it's going to have a message on that card signed by me and a little ghost. The one EX you don't have for Paradox Rift? Are you kidding? Well, how about this? The Butt-Hugging Joltik. This is what we're going to be giving away for this video. These two cards here. In fact, just because I said EXs, I want to make it worth it, y'all. We're going to throw in a Japanese EX, and it's going to be my ghost. Fix cute Joltik, right? This is what's up for grabs now, so when this video is done, comment on this video, and that's how we'll enter for a chance to win these three cards, these two EXs. Hype for the EX. Well, Bombardier. PokéGhost's favorite non-ghost bird. I know that's oddly specific, but... And then I am going to include my ghost, so you will get the PokéGhost himself with this giveaway. Get some hype for the EX. Love that Joltik. I do have that, however, but I love it. Such a good card. Such a good card, right? And I love that the don't tell me. Yamper. That's a Yamper. I guess I just had to read the description, right? It says it right there. They are often seen sticking to Yamper's hindquarters. Butt hugger. So, this is what it will be. Poor Pupper's getting tased by the shock spider. Right? And that thing's only supposed to be, what, 4 inches tall? So that's either a really small Yampert or a really big Joltik. Excellent. So, we're going to do that. Going to add the date to this card here because I found that very helpful for me. Today's date is the what? Would also be helpful. The 12th. There you go. I'll include this little card here. Just for AB, I'm going to put a little ghost on it right now. Oh, that's a terrible ghost. I'll do one better when I do send it off, but there you go. Yamper's like 30 pounds and a foot tall. Jeez. Sounds like me when I was a kid. Alright, cool. Got that. I'm gonna take this. Ooh, pop it in the back of this one. And take this. Ooh, pop this right up here. Just like this. And now that shine is gonna bother me. There we go. Do it that way. Sweet. So I hope that was just as enjoyable for y'all as it was for me. I do still have some things to go through. Going on that 3-hour mark here. You know, I think we might. It's weird. I thought I subbed to you before, Dan. I think it fell off. I had to do that a few lately, and you're welcome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to double check myself, but I'm pretty sure that I subbed up to everybody. Alright. There is one box in particular that I did want to go through, so while I finish my monster, y'all, we'll kind of call it. I say call it early, it's been 3.5 hours, right? Well, it'll be 3.5 hours when I'm done. But I'm on that grind right now, trying to get to that 3,000 watch hour. And all of you are helping me so much with that. I just passed my 500th watch hour, and I do have until November to hit that, as it has to be within that 365 days. So I'm in no hurry, really. In fact, just hanging out with the right people is what makes this fun. And I say that because you can have 1 million subscribers, but if you can't have that conversation with somebody, then to me there's no reason to do it. I always want to make sure that we have some kind of interaction. Seems like we just started. It always seems that way. I'll come back and comment on the vid, Kev, but I gotta get some sleep. Long day prepping the garden. No worries, Dragon Fang. As always, Legend, I appreciate you being here, sharing your insight and knowledge, and for that I'll send you off here with this beautiful artwork of this Hisuian Decidui. But appreciate you as always. We'll see you next week. And yeah, absolutely leave a comment on the vid when it's done. And that's why I'm dangerous, Brangus. I say I'm dangerous because once Kev starts talking, time just drops off. And in PokéGhost Town, time is an illusion. Because we could be at work for 5 minutes and it'll feel like an hour. We could be talking for an hour and it's going to feel like 5 minutes. And just like that, I've explained the theory of relativity. You can also make a post, Kev, to comment on the video after the stream. I will do that. So this is, it's new-ish, I would say. This is the song that I wrote to be my new intro song, and I've never really put it together. But this is a song about me drifting through all the regions in Pokemon, watching all the trainers grow. This one here is a, this one was my failed attempt at my first intro song. But I really liked the, the chorus to the song, like the way this version did it. And it was very much, peace, love, and Pokemon, spread it around. From Pallet Town to Johto, hear the joyful sound. Kev the PokéGhost, he ain't no ordinary scout. Catching good vibes, no doubt. And I was like, man, that's so great. And then he talks about, you know, Snorlax sleeping on the bad vibes and Eve evolving into love, set the people free. And I was like, you know what? This way that he is saying it was not how I wrote it. And it came out better than I envisioned it. How's the art going, sir? I'm back. Hello, Darker Bunnies. It's all going well. We're just going to go through this last box of oddities that I found. I call this my PokéGhost Graveyard, because these are cards that I've saved from absolute destruction. They're not getting binder love, they're not getting a second life, but they are going to live in the graveyard. And I refuse to let them go, like reverse hollows that are beyond repair. Or vintage first edition Rocket. Ken Sugimori. One of Porygon's first cards. More and more people play the slots every day trying to win a Porygon. Does anybody know why that's funny? Where that started? If you remember in Goldenrod, Red and Blue, yep, and I believe it was Goldenrod. It was a larger than other cities town, and it had a casino in there. You can go and play the fun games and play the slots. They don't feature the slot games in Pokemon games anymore for obvious reasons, realizing that teaching kids how to gamble was probably a poor decision. But there were 3 Pokemon that you could win if you got a certain amount of Pokecoin in the game, and Porygon was one of them. I was just bought enough coins for him. Heck yes. Heck yes, me too. I was just bought enough coins. Yeah, I need this much, and then I just go buy them. Abra 2, and I believe Slowpoke was the 3rd one. Celadon City Game Corner. Thank you, Dark Bunnies, man. That was killing me. Celadon City. You're absolutely right. I bet you that's the box they give it to you in, too. Which is weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just put it in a ball. We got this Hoppip, who is insanely off-colored. Good night, Ghost Fam. I'll set a reminder commenting tomorrow and watching. Great live, friend. Hope everyone has a good... Nat, I really appreciate you coming through, and I hope you have a great night tonight. A better tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see you next week. This is from Neo, but I just thought, has anybody ever seen an orange Hoppip? Aren't these supposed to be pink? Is this a shiny Hoppip? By Atsuko Nishida. One of the best. To keep from being blown away by the wind, they gather in clusters. They do enjoy gentle breezes, though. His leg is sus. Oh my god. You're not wrong. I don't think those are his legs. I think those are his hands. He's got his hands between his legs, and he's doing like a splits thing. That's his arm. Yeah, that's an arm, but you're definitely not wrong. You're not wrong, Alien. That arm looking sus. Like, my god, I thought this was a kid's game. But he's hopping. He's a Hoppip. He hops around. He hopping. Oh, he hopping alright. That does look like Ken Sugimori. Nope, we already talked about it. Never mind. I'm silly. Thought he was 4-legged. Now I can't unsee it. Parkour, get that parkour! Pickle Rick! Get that parkour! Usually seen only in power plants, it is sometimes seen in towns, apparently using the power lines to travel. Of course, these bother me. Both Fungus and Voltorb in Scarlet and Violet. Fungus does exactly what it tries to do. You'll see a Fungus from a few feet away and go up to it thinking it's an item on the ground, and it's a wild Fungus. There's a Fungus among us. Nasty goo. Ew. Funny parkour. The Psyduck. Shout out Ryan Tran, if he's still here. This is by the one and only Mitsuhiro Arita. The Blob. Somebody call Steve McQueen, quick! Oh yeah, Psyduck. Psy-yi-yi. Got this gorgeous Swinub from Neo Destiny, I believe. Or Discovery. I think it's Destiny, though. Look at that. That nice little creasing bend. You see that circle? That's what happens when you store a coin in your binder behind your cards. Psyduck's thinking real hard. Yeah, he's thinking, I really don't want to blow up. Oh no, right? That's exactly what happens. Couple of coins in the back pouch, lay the card in it, close the binder for 20 years, boom. You get let's come up with a funny name for these. Coin doings? No, that sounds nasty. That sounds nasty. I'll think of something. But cute Swinub, right? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw this, I immediately saw the dark part of the left side as pupils looking right like some shady sunkern. Doesn't he look like he's looking to the left? Tripping balls. Come on, it's like snack. Looks like the rings some optimistic people have in their wallets. Ah, that could be. Maybe I just don't know who would carry around Swinub in their wallet. It could be, though. That's funny as heck. I love that artwork. Who was that? Wow. Etsuya Hattori? Not that I'm anything big, but when I see an artist I don't recognize, that's kind of mind-blowing. This beautiful seal. Another beautiful seal. These actually don't look too bad. Why are you guys in the graveyard? Because you saw we were old. Oh, maybe. Maybe I just assumed. Matsako Yamashita. Although clumsy on land, it moves easily through the Arctic waters it calls home. Although I've never seen seal in the water on the card. You don't see many steel cards anymore. No, you really don't. Oh, any seal cards. You really don't. I would probably have to assume the last time we saw a new seal card was in 151. In fact, if I had to guess, I would say that it was card number 86. But that's just my guess. Underwater art does seem newer. It does seem newer. There seems to be a lot of it going around now. Mareep. This is one of Mareep's first cards. Kogamaru Aminu. Its soft wool coat captures air, allowing it to remain cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Could have just said it works like a sheep. Aw, Light Sunflora. Look at that. Look at that dent. Grubby hands on the bottom. Look at that. But how many light cards do you see nowadays? Techane Oki. Wow, Oki. Hey, Oki. Light Sunflora is cute, right? So nice, I had to own it twice. Got the Energy Stadium. I'm fascinated with any trainers that feature energies. It's always so cool, and to see how limited we were back then. This was it, y'all. These were the energies. That's all we had. Healing Powder. I just think it's a cool card. Alright, name that artist. And how funny is this card? Would you ever think that Rhydon would be scared of Azumarill? Especially in the middle of a stadium. But I imagine that if I ever get married, this is going to be exactly what it'll be like with my wife and I. She's like, okay, yes, whatever you say, yes. Komiya! It is Komiya, Tomokazu Komiya. One of his first, he actually started by doing trainer cards for the series. And his first card I think he ever did was the Pokemon March. But I thought this card was just absolutely hilarious. We got Bill, mail from Bill. Can't play this card if you have 5 or more cards in your hand, including this one. Draw cards until you have exactly 4 in your hand. Well, that's helpful. And this beautiful Torn, if I want to collect his trainer cards too. I would, only because I feel like that's part of their journey. And you'll notice that very much like the personality test card, a lot of his trainer cards feature Pokemon. This is Miki Tanaka. Gotta be. Yep. Neo Destiny. I believe it was this one. I think that's... Yeah, I think that's Destiny. I think these are all from Destiny. And... Shelter. Just a random Shelter chilling back there. But let's take a look at some art from one of my favorite eras of all time, black and white. And I just love the reverse hollows. Kogamaru Aminu. Got a couple first editions, and yep, I sure do. Unfortunately, they're all part of the graveyard, meaning there is some kind of major defect wrong with it. Unless it's like... See, it's like the Sunflora is like, oh my god, so amazing. And you're like, why was it in the graveyard? Oh, I wonder. Because it's been in more pockets than a penny. So. But if you're just looking for the binder love, these aren't too bad. This gorgeous Phoebos and unmarked fish in the background there. I can only assume is another Phoebos. It's bad luck to wake a sleeping Phoebos. Gorgeous Duskull art, which I don't know what it's doing in here. It should be clearly in the binder. Got a little scratched up on the bottom though, but one of my favorite artworks of Duskull is this one right here, from Boundaries Crossed. Looks like Finian somehow. It kind of does look like Finian somehow, doesn't it? Okay, you're not wrong. Those are insane. I love the eyeballs. Got the Lilligant. Also Boundaries Crossed. That's Saka Nishida. Nope. Sui. Man, they have too many. Too many. Oh, the big fish looked like it. Got Spinda, who can be none other than Ken Sugimori. Yeah. Background not big. Okay. No, that's okay. I was like, the big fish. I have to disagree. That does look like a Phoebos. It's just more Phoebos, yeah. Yeah. That's a gorgeous Spinda. I love how the background gets all dizzy. Meowth. This card will forever make me think of Dex Hunt. Hyro. As in our Team Rocket ensemble, we went ahead and used a Meowth graphic, and this was the Meowth graphic that we used from Boundaries Crossed. Full heal. Of course, you can see absolutely everything in this card like a mirror, and I never really cared for those reverse hollows because of all the scratches they get. But if you can protect those immediately, then they can be pretty pricey as you grow older. Alright, just one more little itty bitty stack here looking for these artists, but yeah, I figured it would be fun to go through the graveyard and know that I'm very much adding to my graveyard daily. Hoping my credit card allows me to get some of Dex's clothes. Oh, I'm really hoping so too. And if not, we'll find a way. We'll find a way, Alien. Because you were there from the beginning, and you were there at the very final, so. Love this semi-poor. It always reminds me of just like that free, care-loving hippie, just like, yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. Let's just run through a stream. Yeah. But again, the mirror reverse hollows, never the biggest fan. Do have the Panpour. That's at Saka Nishida. Still have 10 of y'all in here. Don't worry, y'all. We're almost done. Almost done. Got this Noibat. Cave Noibat. Anasoki Dynamique. Beast Ring. Yep, getting into black and white territory, absolutely. No, we're just getting started now. Bro rips. What's up, bro? I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to show you all the hits we got out of this Violet box, and as well as what we're giving away. Metal frying pan. I think these are all going to be trainers. Oh, and I lied. We got Duosion, who always looks just so cute. Good evening, ghosties. How are we doing? We are doing well, man. We started with going through Paldea Evolved because as I was going through bulk today, sorting, I was watching your long form content, and you were ripping the box of Paldea Evolved, and you were talking about all the amazing art in the set, and I was at the same time looking at my Paldea Evolved bulk, so it was kind of like this weird inception. And I was like, wow, why haven't I ever shown these on stream? And then it hit me, like, because all of them are pretty much in binders, and the bulk are things that you don't touch. So I dug it all out today so that I could share it all. We started with Paldea Evolved. We went into a box of Japanese Violet, and we had the same objective, that any duplicate art rares are going to be given away next week in the live. Sorry, I'm smitten with this Dragapult, or this Dracolope. That Dreepy just chilling on his head. Glad you like the Stellar Oh my god, that was so funny, man. You're like, I've already opened this box to adorn the Stellar Crown. And I did this. And that was it. It was over. I had to get up and go watch it. Snowrunt. Shout out PokéNewbie. Nayu Kimura. Steelix. Tell me when you've ever seen a better Steelix. Iron Snake. Bayatsuko Yoshida. Oh, Ayoko Yoshida. I have a problem with Steelix's design, and there's one flaw in the design that I see. And that design flaw is that his mouth is right under his eyes. So when he opens his jaw, it looks like he has this massive underbite. Hysterical. But I have a big problem with that. So what we are doing here is Violet. So we open Violet. Here's what we got. Got some EXs for the hitbox, of course. Got the Spidops, the Miraidon for the hitbox. Magnezone I actually needed for some binder love there. So we're getting hyped for the EX. We don't judge his underbite, says Haley. He's a good Steelix. He just reminds me, like, he probably talks like Sling Blade. Anybody remember Sling Blade? Amazing movie, but that's how I see Steelix. I like the way you talk. Got the Pachirisu art rare. The Clauncher. The Mabostiff. And just because it wasn't good enough, we pulled the SAR Arven to go with it. So certainly thought that was very neat. What's even more neat is we did as we always do, and we decided on 2 artists we're going to be hunting for. One of those artists was Kentaro. The other one was Rend. And the one SAR I pulled out of the box was done by one of the artists we are looking for. How banana sandwich is that, really? So absolutely gorgeous. And then, as I was explaining a little earlier, that I appreciate the Japanese and their limited amount of regular holographics that they put in the box, so you can only expect to get one of every holographic. We pulled our Ghosty Pup, the Cyclizar, this gorgeous Indeedee, and then I have something else to show you as well, bro. Kentaro? I said Kentaro. Professor Toro. Got the Conda Slowbro. And the Jazz Hands Palmont. Ending with the Annihilate. So, definitely got some amazing art out of the box, but I wanted to share you this, bro. If you're looking here, that I am debuting as of today my new playmat, Jazz Hands. So if you see my new playmat here, this is courtesy of Caradox Rift. Went ahead and gifted me this playmat right here. I wish I could show it all. I'm going to take a picture and post it in y'all's Discord so you can see the full thing. But this here, it is so artistic. Ghost standing in the alley is kind of my trademark. And on top of all of that, it's got the moon. Beauty of a mat, right? Gorgeous mat. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Kara, as well as it came with a digital background, so I'm going to use that for my thumbnails going forward as well. So Absolute W was a gift for the 500 subscription, 500 subscribers, so absolutely appreciate you, Kara. Mooning Ghosts in the Alley. You know it, spoovers. Sharkfin! How's it going? Hope you're doing well tonight, fam. I don't know what it is. It's like something in the air. Anytime I think, like, yeah, we should wrap it up. It's like people start filing in. W Kara, as always, doing real well. We just got done opening a box of Violet. We ran our giveaway for our last week. Our last week's live. We went ahead and gave away the Tapu Bulu art rare from Night Wanderer. And my favorite Cresselia of all time. It's going to none other than Lori. Lori Earlbraw won it. So, gonna have to reach out to her. I thought she'd be back by now. Go live, bro. I slept most of the day. And this is what is on the table today. So, as I mentioned, we didn't really pull any duplicate art rares from Violet, but I figured that's no reason not to give anything away. So I am going to go ahead and throw in my favorite EX from Paradox Rift, because it is of my favorite bird. That isn't legendary. Bombardier. Going to include the Butt Huggin' Joltik. And I figured, you know what? It's a PokéGhost giveaway. Let's throw in the Ghost. Quite behind on behind the scene work, though. Gotta grind a bit to prep for next week. Yeah, I should be grinding. I should have been grinding all weekend, and I think I got a little lazy, but that's okay. Somebody very special reminded me that commitment is key, and sticking to your schedule. So I'm gonna make myself a schedule, and I'm gonna stick to it. But these are on the table right now. So what you'll do is, when this is done, leave a comment on this video when it's done. And then, during our next live next week, we will go ahead and run the comment picker as we did. And these are going to be given away. Let's just appreciate this amazing Gengar from Lost Origin. You're grinding right now. Ooh, I guess that's true. Right now, it's all about that grind for 3,000. And happily, I just passed not only 500 subscribers, but about 520 watch hours. So I'm certainly on my way. I'm going to keep consistent with my streaming schedule. Thursdays we're going to hunt through the bulk and look for artists and talk. Saturdays we're going to attempt to keep the opening a box of Japanese and looking for the arts too. But I am going to be coming up with some really cool stuff. I do have this game in mind. I just want to make sure that it's damn near perfect before I roll it out, because I want it to be a game about the art. 520 watch hours is awesome. Yeah, it was definitely, well, it was a realization, because for those of us that don't know, maybe we're new to the creation space, but how that works is your shorts and your long form content are kind of in two separate categories. Are the card series, exactly. Something like that, Ryan, and I thought of doing it a lot, and I had the ambition, like, I'm gonna go through every Pokemon and list all my favorite cards of each. And my dad's like, how much time you think you got? I'm like, that's a fair point. That would take me forever. But I do have an idea to roll off of that as well, Ryan. Wish shorts were included in those hours so much. Exactly, Halian, because your shorts, if they're under a minute, those are short. So they will count as shorts views instead of watch hours, which you can get there with your shorts views too, but you need 3 million of those in 90 days. If you can get 3 million shorts views in 90 days, then you can also get it that way. But what I did notice is if you do make your shorts a little bit longer and you do start playing around with that 3-minute short time, then suddenly your hours do go up by a little bit. But anytime they come back and watch these VODs, anytime the long form content comes out, that all counts. And the only thing that's mind-blowing to me is I can't believe that y'all spent 520 hours watching my content. It's very humbling. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is something y'all want to see. And so I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep growing and evolving, and we're going to see where we can get in this crazy world of Pokemon. Just do a short of cutting the Moonbryon. It'll go insane. You're not wrong. We could take a page out of Fox's playbook and call it a print line. Man, I have trouble watching Bro shred a love disc. I don't know if I could ever cut a Moonbryon in half. Well, to be fair, I didn't watch that much alone. Yeah, to be fair, you didn't watch that much alone. But I'm sure you put in a hefty amount. As you all did. I mean, even one of those hours is like astronomically. Like, I'm very grateful. Very grateful. Let me see here. What else? Did that. We went through the graveyard. Went through the hits of the box. Went through that. I'll give you a little sneak peek, because I am going to, like I mentioned, I do have to get back on the grind. But some of the first grinding that I am going to do, and I hope everybody's watching, because I don't want to hold these up for too long, because I don't want to ruin the long form content when it comes out here. But someone mentioned this earlier. This was a card we were trying to pull tonight. And this is a card that I'm not sure anybody has seen. Well, that's interesting. Oh, baby. I don't love trainer cards, but the colors in that are so nice. I agree 100%. And this is a reversed set stamped from Deoxys. And I love the reverses, how the name's in gold, the HP's in gold. Even the little rarity star down here is holographic in gold. But gorgeous. It's definitely been loved, but I don't care. Gorgeous card. And for those doubting the ghost luck, I will just say that those were winnings. And the stories behind those are going to blow your freaking minds. Even I thought about playing the lottery. These here, I will say, I do have my own little collection, so anytime anybody sends me a ghost, I hold on to it. I hold on to them. So, that's why I pulled these out. More ghosts going in. I mean, your Uber story alone would buy a ticket. That's true. That's true. Bro, did you ever hear my Uber story? Maybe you have. I've told it quite a few times on here. But if not, I'll happily tell it again for anybody who hasn't been here for it. Ooh, okay. Well, this is going to jog your memory immediately because it's all about the Giratina. Let's talk about it. Story time with Kev moment. Oh my god. I love it. Let's talk about it. So, for those that don't know, I am a very, very, very big proprietor of Uber Eats. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm sending their kids through college. So, one day, I was on Uber Eats and I realized that Walgreens was on Uber Eats. And I went and looking at Walgreens and they had this. They had this tin right here. And I was like, oh, Pokemon tin, that's kind of cool. And I put it in my cart. They brought it to me and I was like, there's 3 packs in there. There's 2 Lost Origins and a Silver Tempest. That's crazy. It's like 20 bucks. And so, week goes by and I order Walgreens, like, hey, let me get another one of those tins. And they're all like, hey, they don't have them. They didn't bring it. It's like, okay. Try it again next week. Hey, they don't have them. They said they're not carrying them anymore. I said, oh, okay. Weird. The next week, they were still on the website, so I threw it in my cart, and they brought it. I was like, yes, okay. So they brought it, and I was like, all right, cool. And then the internal struggle happened, because you know that fight of like, do I use it for 3 shorts videos? Do I use it for 1 long form video? Should I open it live? And it was right around my 100 subscribers. And I was like, I should do the 100 subscriber video with this tin. Thinking back now, I totally should have. But I decided to make 3 shorts with it. And you can go back and watch Lost Origins Chase number 9. I ordered from Uber Eats. It connected me to a guy who went to Walgreens, went inside, picked the 1 tin in that store, brought that tin to me, sat over here for 3 days before I filmed those shorts. Lost Origin Chase number 9. I pulled the Giratina out of that pack. I did pull the Tina from an Uber Eats delivered tin. Should I open it or keep it sealed? Right? And trust me when I say, like, I couldn't imagine having that sealed now, just sitting there and never knowing that the Tina was in it. Isn't that wild? So that's probably one of my greatest stories of luck. That's an all-time story, sir, right? And I enjoy telling it. Although I will say I'm regretting telling it because ever since then, I literally can't find those tins at Walgreens anymore. They're always sold out. So I think people are starting to get wise and head to Walgreens on Wednesdays. But I always had it in my mind, like, if I was ever buying that tin from Walgreens, like myself, in my mind, I would think Pokemon Company is not going to put the best cards in tins they're sending to Walgreens. And that is going to make me never doubt that again. Always comes back to that story. Always comes back to the story. And I promise that will not be the last time I tell it. And if I ever get rid of this card in any way, I mean, y'all have to realize that's not just giving away the card, that's giving away that story. And so, even now, it'd probably be helpful. I can't get rid of this card. Shinji Kanda, masterpiece. Only ever went to Walgreens is to get an early flu shot. That's it. Well, next time you get your flu shot, drop down the toy aisle and see if you can find one of those tins, because there's two different ones. They have the Dragon Knight tin, and then they have the Salamence tin also. I just think it's odd that they were filled with Sword and Shield packs. Granted, not like the oldest Sword and Shield packs, but it was like nice that new tin still had Sword and Shield product that I could get. As much as I've always wanted to open one of those and find Crown Zenith in it, that just never seems to happen. Headed out again. Much love, y'all. Have a great night, Halion. I super appreciate you being here. Hope you all have a great night. You too. Have an amazing day, Halion. We are getting just to be about the end of it here. I would say that for certain. But I'm having just such a great time with y'all. I think it's only right that I show some fire from the past here. So I haven't gone through these top loaders in a while, so we're going to see what's in them. But I figured that could be fun real quick. Shout out Nate the PokéGhost. You should see if you can grade the first ever Uber Eats Walgreens promo, Giratina V Alt. And you know, I was thinking about it, and regardless of the grade really, because as I mentioned, I'll probably never part with the card. But without taking it out, it's got that factory fringe across the top of it. See that little glimmer? So I can almost guarantee a 10 is out of reach. But even just to have it in a slab and graded would be something spectacular. So just a little bit, but that's okay. We're just gonna go through some top loaders here, and then I think it's time for me to munch a little something and get ready to I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm gonna be editing some art appreciation shorts for tomorrow. I'm probably filing all of this Violet away. But everybody loves Fusion Strike. Greninja hucking the spit shuriken at you. Any chance I get, I love it here. Man, I really appreciate that. Got the Urshifu, and I wanted to represent my son a whole lot, so I did have one of the Urshifus sitting here the whole time. He gave me 2 Urshifus. Mine has a very similar top and a bit off center, but I'm with you. Bearing the family financial emergency, I'm not ever offloading mine. I'll never forget spree pulling it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I went back and I watched that too, and he responded in the perfect way. And if anybody doesn't respond that way pulling the Tina, you're lying. He also gave me the Ice Radiator Calyrex VMAX, and maybe I'm alone in this. I don't think there's a bad VMAX card out there. Y'all know that rarity and monetary don't really mean anything when I see cards too quickly. But I just think all VMAX cards are just stunning. Perfect spree reaction. Absolutely it was. 100%. You have quite the story yourself, bro. In fact, I would say that you have quite the story that could span over 3 weeks with the amount of just fire pulls. And there's fire pulls, and then there's what you pulled. And it's inspiring, it's encouraging, and not only that, but you deserve it. And I don't think I've communicated that with you, bro, but every single one of those cards you deserve for everything you've done for this community, and countless times you've pulled all of those other cards for other people. You deserve it. Shout out Paradox Arcanine promo number 6. Black Star promo. Definitely deserve it 100%. I know that we give you a lot of crap sometimes, bro, but none of us are sitting there thinking it actually. All of us are sitting there cheering you on. In fact, imagine it to be a lot like the end of Phantom Menace, where there's people in the streets singing, you know, and you're up there, ah, and Boss Nass, who got the doolah? Hands you the peace ball. Like, that's how I see it. Dude, I haven't seen that promo in so long. That's a throwback and a half, right? Summer Evie, hello. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. This beautiful reverse mesh spirit. For those of you that know me, know that I love the Lake Trio. Probably my favorite trio of things, because they're all about will and heart, and they can take over. Glad you're doing well. We're just wrapping up, coming to the end here. I'm just talking like I always do, getting the last bit out, and I figured I had a bunch of top loaders here I dug out earlier, and I would be remiss if I didn't go through them. Got this little Fuecoco sticker. And of course the Lechonk. Shout out Kiddie Game. Got one of the most impressive Soglios that I've ever seen. And probably the most silver card since the Silver Dialga and Phantom Forces. Phantom Forces? Yeah. Vile Plume. Dark Gloom. Dark Vile Plume. Aw, yeah. Into the rainbow. Wait for it. Reggie Drago Viastro. This is Portuguese Silver Tempest. I won that on ADL stream for his his Christmas Degenerosity December. Beautiful, right? Yep, and it was given up by Led Gengar, donated the booster box, and I won it on the wheel. So yes, I do have a lot of Portuguese Silver Tempest. This is another one. Being the kind-hearted individual I am, I could not have him send the bulk, because he was sending so much out. So I just had him send me the hits. This is another one, the Mawile V. And then back to reality, Rayquaza. This is a very, very special Rayquaza to me though, because a very special bro Rips gifted this to me, as that was my first true win on Bro Rip stream. I won his Ripsmas event and a whole Sea and Sky box, and I will never forget that. But this forever stays in my top loader. That is very generous of you, for real. I'm beginning to appreciate that more and more. Yeah, because he was like, the bulk, I'm sending the bulk, send the bulk. And I'm like, bro, don't send the bulk. Honestly, unless you send me the master set, I'm probably never going to obtain another box of Portuguese Silver Tempest. So I'm not going to try and master it, just the hits are fine. And he's like, thank you so much. Like, Merry Christmas. Because he does something very similar, that he donates all of his bulk around and he gives it to the kids and stuff. So this gorgeous Tyranitar from Mysterious Treasures? I would have said sent the bulk. I know you and Matt would have been sent the bulk. No bulk. Blah. I know. Not only that, but I'm sure y'all would have paid for it too. Y'all are really good at doing that. Boundaries Crossed Keldeo full art. And Keldeo is one of my low-key favorite legendary. Don't really hear too much about him in the series. There was a cool movie about him though. Speaking of Cresselia, this is the card that made me love Cresselia. It was this one right here. Also from Boundaries Crossed. That's a great Keldeo. Yeah, these are slowly raising up in price, but this is when EXs were EXs. We're doing a big old bulk donation coming up for the epilepsy walk for my younger brother. Looking forward to 1, getting some kids some cards, and 2, offloading a bit. Yes, that is awesome. Epilepsy walk, that's amazing. I wish it was closer. I would absolutely go and walk with y'all. And the Miraidon, which, I don't know, maybe I just make stories out of everything, but this has a funny story too. Yeah, everybody, if y'all have bulk that you wanna and willing to, I don't know if you want me to say that, bro, but I'm sure that you wouldn't mind taking even more, but if he's trying to offload it, I just hope he wouldn't have to ship it somewhere else. It might be like a go and take it and drop it off kind of a thing. But yeah, use all platforms, bro. If you want people to send you bulk, you just gotta let me know. But this card, I was going through a pack of Paldean Fates, and I got to the holographic, and I was like, there's no hit in the box. So I was putting it in a penny sleeve, and I was like, wow, this is really hard to get in there. What's going on? Oh, that's 2 cards. And this card was stuck to the back of it, and it almost defaced it. I saved it, but yeah, first gold card from Paldean Fates. And lastly, I don't know what this is doing in here, just crammed in there. Oh, it's a Leaf Energy from Legendary Collection. That's funny. Now I know why that was there. I have almost literally tons of bulk. I'm good for this go around. I'm going to be seeing if we want to do Shredder Gang auction basket too, if people are interested. Yo, let's go. Sounds good. And I might even say like a couple tons might be a little light for you, bro, because I see the bulk that comes through. This gorgeous Electivire level X. This is from Mysterious Treasures. And then of course one of the greatest Pikachu promos of all time, complete with Tandemaus, Sprigatito, Pawmot, and Pikachu. Guess I can pass on bulk until after the kids at my daughter's school have enough cards this year. Yeah, that's true. Spoobers does something similar and packages up little mystery booster packs and sends them to school, which I think is brilliant, Spoobers, in so many ways. Let's take a trip to the past real quick. I do harp on this art a lot. I think this was one of my first favorite art cards. The Lumineon. Both Paldea Chest and Paldea Evolve. Pikachu is pretty good. Yes, Paldea Chest is pretty good. Although I will say, this is just a future glimpse into my, a future subscriber giveaway, y'all. I'm going to be eventually, I'm sure, just giving this away. Not decided yet, but that's the intent. Dragonair is another favorite of mine for sure. Yeah, I would say, and some might say that Dragonair has a little bit bigger of a following than Dragonite. And I just feel like they really should have stuck with the original plan for Dragonair or Dragonite and just really gone for it. Alright, look at how beautiful that floor just gorgeous is. I don't know what these are, y'all, so I'm just going to go through these. And then we'll wrap it up, because of course I was like, well, that's good, and then I talked for another 2 hours. Yavatal. That's gorgeous. Oh, I think this is the guy that Dragonfang was talking about earlier. It is. Weird. Dragonfang Dan called out this artist. We're going to pull that so that we can pull some more tomorrow. Bahim! Yeah. Kuki Saitao. Again, I just love any trainer with a Pokemon, and it is just great. Yavatal is so rad, right? I frustrates me that they cram it into this little 4x2 box, which is why I'm very grateful for my phone camera. Blows that up nice and big. Pokemon breeder, which is odd to put in a kid's game. Full disclosure, this is the sleeve, not the card. That makes them do that. These are just some of my favorite trainers from way back when. Got the original Sudowoodo from Neo Destiny, Discovery, Destiny, Genesis? Might be Genesis. Copycat, got the Rocket Grunt in there. Got the Pikachu boy. And this Blaine lookalike. I don't think that's Blaine, but it certainly looks like him. Which makes sense considering they're copycats, right? I want to know what's going on with her hair. Is this all her hair, or is this their hair? Odd. Kleinstein. So I got my German Geodude. And then, of course, Drowsy. I actually have to pull this to put in the special binder, because I do collect Drowsies and Hypnos. Must be Chinese. Must be Chinese. Maybe. Gorgeous Ghastly. That's Saku Nishida? Yeah, that's Saku Nishida. I love it. Onyx by Ken Sugimori, I think. Mitchell, you're a Rita, I am so sorry. That's like the noobiest noob move. Got the Swinub. The Moltres. That's gorgeous. Out of Next Destinies? Got that swirl right under his chin. It looked like there was another Pokemon back there. Abra. Hugging the tower. This is Japanese Rocket, of course. Elgium. Don't ask me why, I just think they're creepy. Let's see why. Uses its strong psychic power to squeeze its opponent's brain, causing unendurable headaches. So if you're ever just sitting there and you have a throbbing headache, it might just be Elgium using its psychic powers to press your brain. Into the black and white hollow Superior. I'm a huge fan of black and white hollows. Headaches suck, yeah they do. Electivire. These are all from Boundaries Crossed, which I would have to say is my favorite black and white set. This is from Black and White base. Perfection. There's Ryan Tran. Agreed. Yep, I so wish that they still had these kind of patterns. And X and Y did okay, but Black and White, man, they had it down. Again, not my favorite Pokemon, and even with that hollow pattern, it just really sets it off. So, super appreciate you guys letting me go through that with y'all. Figured it would be fun, because normally these boxes I'm taking these out of, they're normally all back here behind Charmander. So I busted out the bulk boxes tonight instead for the background, and that way I could go through these boxes with y'all. And I didn't want to, rush anything, so I have 2 other boxes that I was planning to go through, and we can next time. I'm just getting memories of me and my friends just opening packs and trading Black and White with one another at recess. Well, that might be aging myself a little bit, but I can remember doing that same thing with Jungle Ryan. It was a great stream, Kev. Nice chill with the ghosty. Yeah, it was definitely a great stream. I certainly did have a lot of fun. It's always fun to hang out with you guys, and I can't tell you what it means that you like to spend some time with me. Sharing your insights, your love for the art is always helpful. I don't know what this stack is and why it was sitting here. Oh, I guess I didn't go through this. Flash Fire Art Rare. Got some golds, some Garchomps, some Mewtwo's. There's the other Ray. My favorite promo of Rayquaza. Also out of the Sea and Sky box, I picked up a couple of these Greninja promos from Celebrations. Gold needs to go back to this. Xerneas will forever be a fairy. I do have this very, very rare OG sets, good times. No Symbol Venomoth. The Nidoking. The Pidgeot. The Ninetales. And then the Galvantula from Stellar Crown. And the Primarina, which I will never get rid of either. Because this has the story of my first purchase for Christopher Hubert Houston III. It was for 3 packs of Surging Shrouded, for 3 packs of Shrouded Fable. And I didn't pull anything. Very, very common for most in Shrouded. And so, of course, he threw in a couple extra hits, and that Primarina was one of them. So it's very special. But yes, absolutely appreciate you all. We will be doing Scarlet next week, and we will see which has the better turnout. It's going to be hard to beat this opening, though, because we did get a lot of cool cards in there. But with that being said, I think it is about time that we start to say our goodbyes. I was in Iraq when Pokemon first came out, Japanese that is. I was in college for English-based. That might be aging yourself a little bit, but we love and appreciate you, Matt. Barely hanging on, my meds are kicking in. Thanks for having me. I hope that you all have a great night. Kevin, I'm proud of you. Good night, everyone. Megan, thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did. I know you haven't been feeling well. Get some really, really good rest, okay? And I'll talk with you tomorrow. And everybody else, I hope that you have an incredible rest of your night as well. Please, whatever it is that you decide to do, just do it through peace, love, and Pokemon. Yeesh, before I lose any more subscribers. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Is there anybody live right now? Do y'all want to go haunt somebody? Let's go haunt somebody, y'all. Everybody go ahead and jump in the Discord. Share the art and the art appreciations. Have conversations. Reach out whenever. You as well, Spoobers. I appreciate you popping in, man. I know that it was, I know that you're feeling real energetic. I wish I could go for another 4 hours, but I think just shy of 4 is a good time to end it. Don't focus on the weird sub counters, brother. It'll bring you down. How wonky it is. Keep up the great work. I will, for sure, man. I will. And I absolutely know that the right ones are going to stay. And honestly, I'll say it this way, that if somebody doesn't want, like, if this isn't their thing, like, trust me, I understand. And if art's not the thing, then art's not the thing. But the ones with the things that understand where I'm coming from, show the support, comment on the videos, I see you, fam. And you guys are why I do this, because when you first start out, every creator is gonna think in one way, shape, or form, like, this is stupid. Nobody's gonna want to watch this. And seeing people like Bro Rips and Kiddio Games and Rocket Scott, ALB Trading, and so many beautiful members of the community, as well as my amazing moderators who are here without a doubt every stream. I cannot thank you enough, and I'm going to keep on going and doing my thing, and we're going to keep growing together. And for that, I appreciate every single one of you. Keep being who you are, because you guys, you're really good at it. You're really good at being you, and there is only one you, That's truer than true, and there's no one on earth more youer than you. Dr. Seuss. Attaboy, thank you, bro, and you'll forever be a pillar in my starting success, so for all of that, I super appreciate you, man. You know why. Huh, who else is streaming right now? Is there anyone else on? Anyone want to take a peek? Oh, and these are all old. It's still showing that Nina's on. Is Chris still on? I don't know if Chris is still on. I'm just here freeloading off of you guys, so when I get bigger, you'll remember. Oh, bro, trust me. We think the same thing about you, man, because when I say, like, what you're doing is by far different than anything that I've seen. Anything that I've seen. Have a great night, Jessica Parker. I really appreciate you hanging out as long as you did as well. Y'all really came and showed up today, so I appreciate that. Congratulations once again, Lori. Appreciate you always being around, and congratulations on the win for the Night Wanderer giveaways. We've got some art. I'll pick this back up tomorrow. Gonna do some bindering tonight. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. I have a scary face. Well, that's funny because if you know anything about Pokemon, the move Scary Face. Never mind, I think Scary Face lowers defense. I think Mean Eyes is what prevents retreat. Like they can't run away from the battle. Oh, that's funny. Well, let's see here. Got Baby Ice. Oh, is Trainer Spree still alive? No, that was so old. Bob Ross. I don't think Bob Ross would care if we rated him or not. Spokat's live. Crane Collectible. Chris just ended not too long ago, 27 minutes ago. So I don't see anybody quite what we're used to. Becca Forknife. There we go. Son of a Merrick, Fierce Fire. Poke Factory, UPV, Harry Snorlax, Lost Hero Games, Cool Trainer Ryan. Alright, well, unless there's any other suggestions. Bulk Sorting Astral, nice. Spree just ended. You're not getting off yet? I am getting off right now. Not yet, not doing that raid. Not doing that raid? What, to CTR? I am getting off right now, yes. We're looking for someone to raid right now. And I think we're gonna go with Fierce Fire, y'all. Can somebody grab his link for me? Unless it was right there. I think I can snag it. But my mouse is starting to go a little cattywampus here. And yes, once again, I super appreciate you all being here with me. Don't forget to leave a comment on this video once it posts, and we will go ahead and utilize that. Comment for the giveaway for the Bombardier, the Butt-Hugging Joltik, and the Banette EX from Violet that we just opened. All right. Oh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, Kara. Yes, Fierce. Okay, let's do Fierce. All right, sounds good. All right, everybody, that link right there. Let's go ahead and head on over to Fierce Fire. Let's say PokéGhost Raid, PokéGhost Hunt, whatever it is that we choose. Ghosty Gang Raid sounds like a good one. Again, I super appreciate you all, and remember, everything we do, just do it through peace, love, and Pokemon. Appreciate you guys.